Last time on The Ties That Bind, Wolfgang Daenir and Asmo made their way to the city of Iceforge, home of the College of Wizardry. They found themselves in audience with Darius Blackthorn, the vampire duke who overlooks the territory. He offers to spare their lives and give them passage to the capital city of Nacht in return for investigating the headmaster of the college, who has been acting strange lately and suddenly stopped reporting in. However, they wouldn't be able to enter the headmaster's chambers unless they passed a test to do so. Facing a harrowing duel with a deadly djinn, they scraped by the skin of their teeth and found themselves in the headmaster's office. With not much strength left, they were not ready for what they found, as they were once again face to face with the jester of Bordeaux, who left them with some ominous insight as he turned to smoke and wafted out an open window. We've all lost someone we love, but what are you willing to do to get them back? You stand alone once again in the office of the headmaster.
Asmo, he jumped out of a window, right?
He turned into fog and basically wafted out with the wind.
Asmo, pretty much shoots a look outside to see how high up they are.
You guys are probably, I'd say, between 100 and 150 above ground.
Stories?
150 feet.
That's high. Asmo just looks out. Does he see him? Does he see the mist anywhere? Is he just gone?
Roll a perception check.
Alrighty, I'm going to be very perceptive. I'm smart! 21.
You actually see on a rooftop, kind of like kitty corner downwards, you can see him kind of giving a bow as he puts his hat back on his head, hops down, like it kind of jumps down off the other side of the building and walks away.
Asmo.
Well, you don't see him walk away, but he kind of like hops down and then you don't see him anymore.
Asmo turns to them. Well, it's the second time we've seen him in a week. Asmo looks right at Wolfgang. How's Wolfgang looking?
Wolfgang is a mixture of exhausted and pissed. He's just looking around the room. He's like going through drawers and shit, just trying to figure out what happened to this guy.
All right, go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
That's going to be a 22.
Ooh.
You find a journal.
Ballin'.
It seems to be pretty well kept. It's off on the side of his desk as you're moving around some papers. It's even open to a page that details a few bits of information for you. Basically, it details some plan. Basically, it looks like the scribblings of a madman talking about the power, the missing power. He needs more power. The word power is used a lot. And also the phrase, how could it bleed? How could something like this bleed? How could we call it the bleeding god? The bleeding god, how could it bleed? And in this scribbling of information, you do manage to cobble together that he is looking to acquire basically a gem that is significantly larger than anything he has ever found in the past. He has, he clearly has several in his possession. I believe it was Robert that clued you in that he might have had 5 on him. But they might have all been, maybe the size of like a marble, maybe a little bigger. He seems to be after one that is significantly larger and is in possession of the Grand Vizier of Nacht, a man who goes by the name of Ramses Palto.
Ramses Palto, okay.
I'm gonna fire. Is the room lit up at all, or is it still dark?
Yeah. It seems to be lit. Like there seems to be magical lights just kind of floating about, almost like little fairy fires, little willow wisps. They don't seem to mean anybody any harm. They're just kind of like floating lanterns that kind of wander around, almost like the lights that you had in the Wandering Weasel whenever you would enter a room in there.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take another look around. It doesn't look like there was any signs of like a fight here. Were there?
I mean, the room is definitely disheveled, but from the looks of it, you can't tell whether there was a fight or whether this place was just being torn apart in madness,
Is
or
there
if
any?
it was, or if it was just being tossed to be looted.
Okay, aside from the window that the jester popped out, is there any other way to leave this room?
There is that portal in which you came in. Right now it is dark, but there is a switch to the side of it, and you're assuming that that will open the portal. Or it's not a switch, it's a little rune that you can
Okay.
press, and it will activate something.
Okay. Asmo's gonna turn to Wolfgang because Wolfgang's being quiet. Wolfgang.
Hmm.
Hey, look at me.
He turns around.
We see him again. You keep your cool.
Look at you.
What?
Telling me to keep my cool.
Yeah, I am, because you don't fuck with a guy like that. I don't care that he killed one of your family members. That guy can gut us. The only reason he has it because he's fucking playing around with us. This guy could slip it in the night and fucking stab us. He's not, and there's a reason why. You'll get your revenge. Oh, you will. Whatever he's planning, whatever he's doing, he's keeping us alive for a reason. Keep your goddamn cool. Asmo says, and Asmo starts looking through the books.
I already know that. If he wanted us dead, he would have killed me right here. He knows how weak I am right now.
Yeah, you're still covered in blood, and your suit's kind of tattered from that battle with the djinn. And apparently this guy took that same test, according to the, secretary downstairs, as 3 other people had taken this one.
By this guy, you mean the jester?
The jester, yeah. So you know that he made it through here via those methods. Asmo, while you're looking through this place, in order to look for things, give me either a survival check or an investigation check of your choice.
Let's do a survival, because it's the only one with anything positive. That's a 15.
Ooh, okay. As you're rustling through these shelves, you find the handle of what looks to be like a blade. It seems to be silver, wrapped in a blue leather and studded with sapphires.
Hello, hello. How long is the sword?
There is no sword at the end of it.
Oh, it's just a handle.
Yeah, but there's definitely something to it.
What color was it again?
It is silver. It is wrapped with a blue leather. You're not sure exactly from what, but the leather is blue, and it's definitely leather. And it is studded with sapphires.
Pretty. Asmo pockets that.
Daenir is looking for spell books.
You do see there is some elvish script kind of like etched on the side of some of the visible metal. And unless you can read Elvish, I cannot give you what the definition is or how to pronounce it.
Look at me,
Hello?
I can't speak that. I can't.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for him to say something. Hello?
Yeah, I'm waiting for anybody to ask to do something here because you're basically just in this. You're in the office of the one of the most powerful mages in this country, basically.
Does he have a desk?
Yeah, that's where Wolfgang found the journal, actually.
While I was going, I'm sorry. While I was going through that, I didn't happen to see any of the gems, did I?
No, you haven't found any gems here. Daenir, your satchel doesn't seem to be pulsing any more than it normally would, based, aside from the fact that it seems to be pulsing like less and less as you're guessing the jester is getting further away.
Daenir's not really paying attention for the most part. He's been digging through the shelves. He's looking for spell books, spell scrolls, things like that.
All right, give me an investigation or survival of your choice.
Okay. Investigation.
Oh,
Fifth.
Natural one.
Oh well.
oh no!
You think you find a book. You kind of like lift it out. It's like, huh, what's this thing? It seems to be covered in a bit of fuzz, and then it bites your hand. You take 6 piercing damage as it bites down on your fingers.
Okay. The book bites down on a bluish green aura from the battle with the Jinn. So Arcane Ward absorbs the damage.
All right, so
That was a good sound effect for that.
Either of
and
you want a
then,
biting book?
and then the book just poof, disappears into smoke.
What the hell is that?
It was a book with teeth, apparently.
Asmo rolls his eyes, and Asmo goes under the desk to see if there are any hidden compartments.
All right, you can give me investigation.
Oh no! 9.
Doesn't seem to be that way. I mean, at least there's no hidden compartments the way you would make it a hidden compartment. So unless there's some sort of extra dimensional something, but that's beyond your knowledge.
Any papers aside from the journal? Is there anything else on the top of it, the top of the desk? They could like say where he's been recently or where he's going, aside from the journal.
There's basically what you found is that journal, which is easily the most concrete information you've found. There's also a calendar. There's a date circled on it. And if anybody wants to give a knowledge history check, you can check that.
Hey, Daenir,
Yeah. What's up?
take a look at the schedule here.
All right. I will go ahead and roll a knowledge history. 24.
The date coincides with the millennial celebration of the Archmage's ascension to the throne.
Yeah, that's the Archmage's ascension to the.
It's got the date circled. So is he planning on going to this?
More than likely, unless he's planning on something specific with it. Oh no. Connor, did Wolfgang say what he announced out loud from the journal?
He probably would have read the journal aloud.
Yeah, giving out the information.
All right, so this is the day of the ascension ceremony, so then more than likely my guess is this guy is going to be trying to get the gem from the Archmage on this day.
Does the Archmage even have a gem? Is it ever confirmed that he had one? And goes without saying, probably does.
Yeah,
According to the journal, the largest gem in the land is possessed by a man named Ramses Palto, who's the Grand Vizier of Nacht.
The Grand Vizier. That's not the Grand Mage, so is that like his second in command?
I'd say it's an advisor, at the very least.
I never found the word Vizier good. Always sounds evil by default. What do you do for a living? Oh, I Vizier.
I've always been fond of advisor myself.
Yeah, that sounds a bit more practical.
Isn't Vizier just advisor in a different language?
Basically.
Thanks, God.
No problem.
The fuck was that?
Oh.
Wolfgang, would you like to search for any loot?
I am going to use my angelic sight to cast detect magic.
Okay, the instant you pop that on, you are basically blinded with magical energy.
What I thought.
Yeah, you almost can't see shit in here with this. Like it's easier to see shit without it.
I'm specifically looking at the walls at the desk for any type of illusion magic. Would I be able to discern that?
Okay. Give me an investigation with advantage.
Ooh.
Natural 20.
Natural 20, that'll do it. As you're like searching through this desk, you're like scrolling open drawers, and one of them is entirely like basically there's a false bottom, and it's just like covered with stuff. There's a plank of wood covering it, but as you pull that away, there is an extra dimensional space beneath, and you see in it what appears to be a ring and what looks to be a crystalline monocle framed in gold attached to some type of ebon wand.
All right, I just start reaching in and pulling this stuff out. This is like a drawer of holding, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's, particularly like that deep. It just seems to be a bit of extra dimensional space. Like you're definitely reaching your hand into something that's not there, but there is a bottom.
Hey. It's free real estate.
Yes.
Like literally.
All right, I pull everything out of there and I set it on the desk and I deactivate dispel, or I deactivate detect magic, because that's
It's starting to give you a headache.
Mm.
So yeah,
Well,
now
what
you
did you
have
find
that
there?
monocle and a ring. This ring seems to be made out of a darkish, like pewter-like metal, and at its center there is a pearl.
And while I had the detect magic on, it was these two were glowing, right?
Yes, these were basically the only real magical artifacts you found in that drawer. Seems like you had a couple of knickknacks in there, but for the most part, it was just these things.
Daenir, what do you think these are?
I'll walk over and I'll take a look at them.
Are we looking at stuff here? Because look what I found. Asmo places down the blue leather silver blade. Handle.
I'll tell you what. I'll take a look at these, and you two check the room, see if you can find any kind of spell books or anything like that. Asmo, I would also, since there's just a massive amount of potions over there on the corner, I suggest we also stow away as many potions as we can to refill our supplies, since we're probably going after this guy.
I think you need to figure out where he is. Okay, you look for this stuff. I'll go over to the potion table. Good.
And how many items do we have? 3 so far?
Yeah, you have 3 magical items that you would need to identify to figure out what they are, or have a sufficient knowledge arcana check on some of them.
Okay. Is there any of the 3 that you absolutely have to know right now?
I mean, like mine always, every time, but
Of course.
I'm going to take about 30 minutes while they're searching the room and everything like that, and I'm going to ritual cast Identify 3 times on
Okay.
each of the items. So that's my next
as you're
30
doing that, everybody else is, I'm guessing, just like looking through this room. It looks like a lot of this stuff has been ransacked. You're guessing the jester has been through quite a bit of this stuff, took anything that might have been of interest to him. Or
he
maybe it
totally
was
did.
somebody else who came here before him, but hard to say. You're unsure, but go ahead and give me a investigation check with disadvantage, the 2 of you.
Okay.
oh boy.
That's going to be a 20.
All right.
And that is going to be 13.
All right. Asmo, you managed to, like, of the potions sitting on the desk, you managed to get 2 healing potions apiece.
Okay.
And
So
Wolfgang, you find...
two for each of us?
Yeah, two healing potions for each of you.
Oh,
After, you and Wolfgang downed a whole bunch of them in order to heal yourself up after the Jinn battle.
Yeah, we got fucked up.
And Wolfgang, you find yourself a tome that seems to be wrapped in flesh. Like it's flesh stitched together, and it's clasped at the front in what looks to be a lock made out of bone.
All right, I guess I'll roll an insanity check.
You have found the Necronomicon. Remember,
You have found some form of Nomicon.
It's human flesh, I'm guessing, right?
It's flesh.
Hmm.
Not sure whether it's human, half elf, halfling, cow.
chicken.
It's a bunch of different types of flesh. You can tell that. Like, there's a bunch of different textures and colors to it.
Think I might have found something over here.
Someone puts down the potions on the table. 6. 2 for each. Asmo shares them around.
And Daenir, as they are searching this room, on the handle, you have managed to decipher the fact that it is a magical weapon going by the elvish name Ekornag. Roughly translates to frostbite. Basically, when this item is activated by an user, it will sprout a blade of frost, which will deal 1d4 piercing damage plus an additional 1d6 cold damage. Ooh. It is considered a +1 magical item.
Oh, shit!
After he finishes, he'll set the handle forward on the edge of the desk. Magical dagger. Say the word. It'll grow an icy blade. It'll not only damage them, you can not only stab them, it'll also freeze them after you stab them.
Okay. Wow, that's dope. Oh, is it a dagger or a sword?
You're not entirely sure. You haven't activated it yet.
I'm going to believe that that's once a day. So
you don't know. Apparently, it's just something that can be activated at will. Like, according to Daenir, there doesn't seem to be charges in it.
Oh, interesting.
It's like your fire ant.
Well, I got fire and ice now. Asmo just kind of pulls out both and holds them both up in front of him.
Yeah, I think it's.
You have to speak. You have to speak the blade's name in order to activate it.
What was it again?
Ekornag.
Ekornag.
As you say that, your hand begins to chill with an icy cold as 3 ice blades pop up between your fingers, and your hand becomes encased in ice.
Oh! Is it cold?
It's cold, but you're not like it feels cold, but it doesn't hurt.
So pretty much like a knuckle almost. With blades.
it's like a punch dagger that's encasing your entire hand.
Holy hell! Asmo puts his fist out with that, and then just and puts his left hand with the left hand with fire ant and has it on fire. I'm not gonna lie, this don't look good, or maybe it looks damn right cool. Thanks, Daenir.
Absolutely. The name roughly translates to frostbite, I believe. Frostbite, frost fangs, something like that.
And that's Iker and Nacht, correct, Nick?
Ekornag.
Ekornag.
ECHOR space NAG.
All right, I will make sure to say that properly.
Next up is the monocle.
All right, the monocle, as you were looking at it, it appears that if the user who has attuned to this item commands this item to do so, it will expel a charge, which it seems to be able to do 3 times a day. And if you look through this gem, you will have the ability to see past illusion, see past anything. It is a gem of it is a gem of seeing, and it lasts for 10 minutes.
All right, so this one, you can do it 3 times a day. You have to bind yourself.
It has 3 charges, and it will recharge 1 charge a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you have to bind yourself to it, and after you bind your essence to it, you can look through it and see through illusions, basically see through things. It's almost like it reveals what's not really there. It looks like you can only use it a certain number of times a day, but it does look like it gains its power back with the new dawn.
All right, and then as for the ring, you find that it is a ring of spell storing.
Oh!
You can store up to 5 levels of magic within this ring, and currently it is already full of a particular spell. It seems to have a fireball that would be cast as a 5th level spell inside of it currently.
Okay. This thing right here, I can cast a spell into it, and
anyone can, frankly, or its user can.
Yeah. So once you cast a spell into it, it stores it for a later date. Inside of this thing, the best way I can describe this is a gigantic, massive ball of fire and death. This thing is, basically you point at somebody and they explode.
Well,
Sounds useful.
But once you cast it, it's gone.
Hmm.
So I'm going to have to cast something into it after you use it.
It's like a special occasion type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
imagine if you go for a punch on a guy and then activate it.
You'd be blowing yourself up with you.
Well,
Because
just
this is
lean-
a
well, like-
20-foot circle of death.
Oh, like lean back. I don't know. Asmo's just like being like pretty much just shadow boxing with his 2 new blades. I'm gonna keep this if you don't mind. This is more my style.
Wolfgang looks at Daenir like non-magic users. Am I right?
Daenir smirks and then nods a little bit.
I think
And
it's
then
very
he
much
grabs
a-
the ring and puts it on.
All right, either of you want the monocle?
I've already got these goggles.
Why don't you take it, Daenir? You usually are the magic guy, anyways.
Yeah, there's I only have one little problem.
What's that?
Daenir pulls back his hood, and is the monocle meant to fit for a humanoid race?
Oh no, it's just a monocle on a stick. You have to hold the stick up to your eye.
Ah, okay. I thought it was like a monocle with a chain, and you have to loop it around your ear.
Oh, the
No, it's just a glass on a stick.
I just imagine in the middle of this tight scene, and now you'll die, and just Daenir pulls up with a stick thing. He's lying. Ah, fuck!
There's only one problem. Daenir was the jester all along.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Besides, with a monocle, he'd be classy as fuck, dude. Mm-mm-mm.
All wizards have monocles. Now it's proven.
It's
True
true.
fact.
All right, I'll take the monocle. And what is this thing? He looks at the book.
Yeah, this tome bound in flesh. You're not entirely sure what it is. I mean, it's definitely a magic tome, and it definitely contains some secrets.
I'm terrified of the secrets it contains. Can I attempt to identify it?
Let me read real quick.
Because I'm terrified this thing is cursed to all hell.
Maybe.
In all my monster and vampire and all sorts of otherworldly stuff hunting in my ears, would I have any idea at all what this would be?
Go ahead and give me a knowledge arcane check.
All right. 8.
No. You are not sure.
Baffling to me.
Sorry, I need to find this particular book again because there's something very specific about it.
Yeah, it's good. I can either roll an Arcana check. I can cast Identify on it. Whatever works, my man.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Identify will work on it. I know there is one very specific thing.
Nick's actually in the cursed book right now. He's in he's in the flesh book.
I am deep inside the flesh book.
It's actually the
There
it's
we
the-
go.
It's the Tinder sponsored social media site.
So I got one for you while Lenny's looking this up.
Go ahead and basically like you can pop the clasp open, and the script inside it's written in very weird runic ways. Like the letters and symbols all seem to run together, and they form very weird patterns. Do you want to try to decipher it?
I'm going to regret this, but sure.
All right, give me a knowledge arcana.
Okay, Knowledge Arcana. Oh, that's a 9.
Yeah, that's not gonna do. As you take 15 psychic damage.
Wow.
Your brain starts to burn a little bit as you're like trying to decipher these shapes. Your eyes go cross. You start to bleed out your nose, and you kind of fall backwards a little.
Daenir's arcane ward just explodes as he falls back into the headmaster's chair.
What the? Daener, are you okay? Asmo starts shaking him awake.
The book.
In your head, there's this image of flesh sewn together and pulsing and moving. Just throbbing, sewn together flesh. Great words to throw together.
Yeah, sobbing.
And I thought seeing
Throbbing.
the bleeding god was bad.
The hell did you see?
Throbbing flesh just sewn together like a patchstick, like a patch struck monstrosity.
Do you think do you think the headmaster here's? Do you think this is in connection to the gems, the bleeding god?
I think this is something else.
Should we burn it or should we wrap it in a very careful bag?
Daenir just sits there for just a couple seconds, holding his head. He wipes a little bit of blood from under his nose. I can see why it's here, but part of me still wants to know what's in it.
You can tell the secrets within are definitely powerful, and clearly, as even just trying to decipher it just gave you this like major whiplash within your own mind.
Mm-hmm. Whatever's within this book, it's strong. I mean, real strong. This thing is probably pulsating with necromantic magic.
Well, we are in the north, the land of the dead, so sounds like it's worth your time.
And at worst, this book is probably worth some money.
That's true. Asmo thinks, worst case scenario, you could sell it for a fuck ton of money.
You don't say.
Oh, yeah, baby. You can sell anything for a fuck ton of money.
All I know for sure is that it's not safe here.
Yeah.
With that, you believe the room to be entirely devoid of pretty much anything else of value.
All right. Well, if what's in the journal is correct, we should probably get back.
I have a thought, but I'm going to need you two to keep an eye out. Daenir's going to lean back in the chair a little bit. I'm going to need you two to step back about 30 feet or so if you can.
Is that room big enough for that?
Barely.
I don't think there's 30 feet of room in here, Daenir.
I'll place the spell just right. So he's going to let Wolfgang and Asmo step away.
Yeah,
from him
basically
a
they
little
can
bit.
get into kind of the corners of the room.
Yep. So Daenir is going to cast Sleep on himself.
What?
Okay.
Do I go to the Bleeding God's realm?
You drift into sleep, and
For
yeah,
1
you
minute.
You find yourself there as per usual.
Is
You're
he
sitting?
is the headmaster in the realm?
I mean, all you see around you is pitch darkness, and you hear that slurping just everywhere.
So it's darkness that whenever I'm normally there, can I see, or is it just pitch darkness?
I mean, the only times you can see yourself as if you are illuminated, but everything around you is dark unless the tree is there. But you don't see the tree anywhere nearby right now.
Is
Just
he
darkness?
Is he asleep? Wolfgang,
Okay.
did he just put himself to sleep?
Looks down at his bag for his gems.
As per usual, when you travel to this realm, you don't have any of your... I mean, aside from what you were wearing when you went to sleep, you don't have any of your items on you.
Okay. Well, it's only for a minute, so it's a very, very short time. He's going to give it just a little bit of time. And then he's going to say out loud, "Headmaster, are you here?" And he's going to wait for a response.
You get no response, but you do feel an eerie presence about you.
Daenir will pull his cloak tight, He'll keep his hood up, and he'll look around slowly, trying to use his senses, his acute feline hearing, his sense of smell to determine if anything's growing closer to him, like he always does whenever he's here.
Give me a perception check as you're turning around and trying to find.
22.
As you turn, you see a faint dim glow that appears to grow a bit brighter and pulse.
Okay. In the past, these lights, they've been almost like transitions to another location, correct?
To you, they've kind of been almost like messages, almost, but they're very rare.
I'll approach it.
As you get closer to this pulsing light, you see what appears to be the formation of a cave that seems to pop up out of the middle of the darkness.
Any kind of... go ahead.
In front of this cave appears to be a cloaked figure wandering in. He stops for a second as you approach. You can hear him sniff the air. He doesn't seem to be there the way you are. He seems translucent. And as it turns, you see two glowing red eyes peering out from this cloak of this tall, slender man. It seems to look around as if trying to find you, but it seems to know you're there, but it can't see you.
Interesting.
And it wanders into the cave, and then you just... it all disappears into a wisp of cloudy smoke.
All right. Daenir will continue to... he's going to try to will himself out of sleep or wait for the duration, which was 1 minute, to disappear.
All right. Give me a wisdom save.
14.
The slurping sounds are getting closer, and you realize that there's a trickling coming from your nose. And you can feel your nose like dripping with the blood, dripping into this pool at your legs.
Mm-hmm.
And you start to hear this shambling. I need you to make one more wisdom save to try to snap yourself out of this.
17.
And just as you feel a claw stroke brush your face, you snap at it.
Oh, hell. Oh, they got close.
Who's they? What'd you see, dude? Did you intentionally go to the place?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I had to know if he was there.
Well, was it worth it?
He's walking into a cave right now.
A cave in the plain of the bleeding god.
No. Asmo, do you remember the bright lights that that we saw the last time we were there together?
Asmo tries to remember.
Yeah, what were they?
They're messages. They're really, really rare for them to happen, but they're messages. Whenever I was in there, I walked up to one. I saw a cave entrance with a man walking into it. He looked around, he sniffed the air. It was almost as though he could sense my presence, but he couldn't find me. Beneath his hood was two burning red eyes. I'm willing to bet that is our headmaster. If we head to that cave, we're going to find him.
Out of character, can he tell what direction that is?
What?
Like, Nick, sorry.
He is unsure at the moment, but the fact that it revealed itself definitely tells you guys that you're on the right path.
A cave.
I will use prestidigitation for a minor hand illusion to show them what I saw. The cave with the dude with the red glowing eyes in the palm of my hand.
Oh, that's creepy.
Is there anything noticeable at the cave, or it's just a hole in the side of a cliff?
It was definitely like a little frosty on the outside. But that's kind of a given where you are.
So it's around here, not further south. I guess we better go find out if there's any caves around here. Or if there's any special meaning to any of them.
You also remember that you still have to report back to the Duke in order to...
As Asmo turns to Wolfgang,
You still got the journal? I think you're going to have to give that to the Duke, because we can't find him yet.
Yeah, I've got the journal. I don't think we're going to be giving them this skin book.
Oh, no. Yeah, let's definitely tuck that away somewhere private.
I'll keep this on me.
Asmo just kind of scratches his head. Okay, sure, you take the scary book.
Daenir's just leaning back in the chair, his hand over his face, and he's still wiping blood away from his nose.
Damn, dude, you should probably take it easy. You barely survived that fight with the damn genie, and now you're just shoving yourself into the freaking blood zone, or whatever the fuck it is.
I'm not saying it was a good idea, but we had no other options. We had no lead on him, but now we do.
If that was him.
Whatever it is, it's a lead. But...
All right.
They got closer, Asmo. I could feel one touching me as I willed myself awake.
Whatever those things are.
Asmo goes up to
So how do we get out of here? I don't really feel like scaling down 150 feet, so... Is this button here?
Touch that rune right there, and that should deactivate the portal.
Asmo touches the rune.
As you touch the rune, the portal seems to emit a white light, and then you see basically what looks to be I guess would be sort of like a waiting room of sorts.
All right, by the way, what should we say when we go through here? There's no headmaster, so we gotta be like, yeah, there's no headmaster. We were confused, so we left. Should we just leave it at that?
That's the truth, isn't it?
It is. Let's just omit all the stuff we just stole.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Asmo, there's one thing that you notice. That blade, that ice blade, have you tried to put it away yet?
Yeah, Asmo tried to put it away. I was trying to turn it off right now.
It's as you attempt to, like, you speak its name again.
Yeah.
And you can definitely feel it stop pulsing with power. But you have a frozen block of ice on your hand right now.
Oh shoot.
Asmo just lifts up his this kind of stuffs in his jacket and crosses his arms underneath himself. So now he's got his right fist is under his shortage. He's got the ice daggers under his armpit. His left armpit right now.
It feels very chilly.
All right, let's just cover it.
That looks suspicious as shit.
I'm terrible.
Asmo just takes the daggers and just punches them into the ground so they break.
They are still magical. You are clawing up the ground.
Ah, son of a bitch. Okay, fine. Let's just... I'm just keep
They're
my
still
arms
considered
crossed.
a magical item despite the ice magic not forming the blades anymore.
Hold on. Does anyone have bandages? Anyone have like a piece of a shirt?
Asmo,
Do you have anything? Come on.
Asmo, is there any kind of clothing around or any kind of rags?
Yeah, I'd say you could find like a couple of basically old robes and stuff. They don't appear to be magical, but...
Asmo uses the blades to cut him up and to make a fake sling for his right arm.
There we go. Then tucks it under. There we go.
All right, so you tuck your hand into the front of your jacket. You can start to feel the ice kind of like dripping.
You know, if we need to, I can message the guy.
And that's fair. I'm just worried about trying fire ant on this. Who knows what happens with you? You think it'll melt?
Maybe.
Asmo quickly turns on fire ant. Pulls
All
it, puts it towards the blades. Are they melting?
You see him start to drip, but you can definitely tell that you're going to have to get a good old hit on this thing if you want it to start melting quicker.
Asmo starts tapping away at it. Ting, 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 ting.
All right. Every time you attack it, you are taking fire ants damage.
No, I don't want to do that. Ow! Okay, never mind. We're doing it the first way. Asmo puts the fire ant away. All right, here's the story. The genie broke my arm. Let's just rock with that. Okay, let's go. You guys go first. I gotta go last because I'm injured.
Sure. All right. Come on, Daenir.
Daenir walks out.
All right. As you walk into this room that is clearly just kind of a suite to wait to see anybody that the headmaster might expect. It's a fairly opulent room. Nobody appears to be in it right now. And there's a door at the other end of the room. As you exit through that door, you are back in the lobby of the Mages College. And the secretary is there off to the side. Oh, hello. I guess you survived the test. How was the headmaster? I haven't heard from him in a bit. Is he, how's Francis? Is he doing okay?
Wasn't there.
Yeah, weirdest thing.
Well, I guess the Duke would like to hear about that then. Oh dear, did you injure yourself?
I did.
This is a different secretary, by the way.
Oh, I did actually. The genie just pretty much grabbed my arm and just.
And Asmo with his left arm, his working arm just does like a chop motion. Bop!
Gonna take a lot of healing to get this thing working properly.
Ooh, well, we can get you fixed up if you'd like.
Oh, you know what? Truthfully, I'm really angry, and I'd like to leave right now. I know a healer anyways.
Asmo says, and it gives her a stern look.
Okay. Give me a deception.
Oh no! Okay. That involves charisma. I don't have that, Nick. Not in this universe. Deception. Where? Oh my God, where's this? There it is. 21.
She seems to believe you, and she seems kind of like sad that you're so upset. But she gets it. The test isn't for everybody. As you guys are leaving the office, you find yourselves in the courtyard of the College of Mages, and you see a familiar face there, decked out in the blue robes, and seems to have kind of a green patch on him. You see the blonde head of Hackless. He's kind of like wandering around, looking around.
Oh boy, here we go.
He hasn't seemed to have noticed you yet.
Can we say, is that Hackless?
He whispers to Wolfgang.
It looks like him.
Oh,
Wolfgang will
God.
prestidigitation his outfit to clean the blood off.
Yeah, it's still a bit tattered, but you managed to clean the blood off it at the very least.
Oh God, do we want to talk to him? What do you think, Daenir?
I mean, do we have anything really to talk to him about?
I don't know. The guy seems to always have something that's useful to hear about, albeit aggravating to get to that point.
Wait a minute, is there a blacksmith nearby?
Oh, yeah, he is completely oblivious to you.
So he's wearing.
Let's just deal with it. Hey, Hackless.
Huh? He looks over. Oh, it's you guys! Hi!
Hey,
What happened to your arm?
Oh yeah, Genie chopped it in half.
Ah, you took the test? Oh, did you graduate? Oh, that's so cool! I didn't know you guys were students.
Yeah, we
We're
Yeah,
all
we really-
honorary wizards now.
Yep.
Wow. I was just coming to try to pass my test too. I was getting kind of tired of being around here. Kind of wanted to go home, but
Don't
you know,
do the trial of flesh.
Yeah. Unless, I mean, it might just be nothing now.
I was just gonna take the trial of will. I don't know. It's just gonna be, test of spirit. I'm in good spirits. I've been told I have a pretty chipper spirit.
Fair enough.
One could say to almost a fault.
You're funny.
Uh,
What's the headmaster like? I
Don't know. Didn't meet him.
But you always meet the headmaster after you take the test. It's how you graduate.
Well,
Have you ever graduated before?
I mean, no, but
Then how would you know?
I mean, it's supposed to be like he's supposed to congratulate you and gives
Well,
you.
we won and we
signet
went to
ring.
We won. We went to an empty room, and that's about that.
Huh.
I'm sure he's doing something real important at the school right now.
Well, maybe. Weird, though.
Yeah, pretty weird. Why? So why exactly are you here? You wanted to pass the test and be able to practice magic everywhere?
Well, I can practice magic wherever I want. I just wanted to graduate.
What's the perk of graduating?
Well, you get the signet ring. You get the ring, and then you can, it gives you a lot of ins around here.
Huh? And they're worth the trials?
I guess. I mean, you can get into pretty much any library you want around here, and including the ones in the capital, and that's where the good stuff is.
We didn't get those signet rings, did we?
I got
no.
a ring.
Ooh, what kind of ring did you get?
I hold it out. It's on my finger.
He pulls out what seems to be one of those like jewelry magnifying things, and like looks at. Ooh. Oh, that's strong.
Yeah.
Oh, that's real cool.
Perks
Don't
of being
use that
an
on
honorary
me.
wizard. Don't give me a reason to.
You guys are funny. I like you guys.
You're funny too.
No,
Thank you.
Dumb question. Is Hackless a half elf or a full elf?
Full elf. Full elf. Platinum blonde hair. Which is odd because pretty much every elf and half elf you've seen up here has had dark hair. Either very dark brown or black.
Probably already asked him, but where did he say he was from again?
He hasn't. You've never asked him.
Okay. Asmo's like just.
Hey, Hackless.
Huh?
Where are you from?
I'm not really supposed to say.
Where are you?
I'll say it's further south than here, though.
Yeah, like south or like southeast.
I mean, south, I guess.
You
I don't know. I've never been very good with directions.
across the maw.
I'm not allowed to tell. I'm
Why
really not.
aren't
I'm
you?
sorry.
Why aren't you allowed to tell? We've told you so many secrets. Hackless,
Asmo says, slithering around him a little bit.
we've told you so many things we shouldn't. You should tell us where you're from.
Give me a persuasion check.
9.
I really can't. I promise my family I wouldn't say. I can't. I'm sorry.
So
I like
there
you
go.
guys though. I don't mean to have to hold this, but I promised my uncle.
Oh. What's your uncle's name, or can you say that?
No, because people might know him.
Do you think we would know? We're new to this area.
Well, I don't know, but I can't risk word getting out. I'm sorry.
No, you're
And
you're just full of mysteries, aren't you?
I don't mean to be. I kind of have to.
Daenir steps forward. He lightly places a hand on Hackless's back and he gives a smile. That's good. That's real good. In places like this, above all else, protect your family. Don't let anybody know who your family is. So if something goes wrong, they can't go back to your family.
Well, that's what they said, but they were mostly worried about me.
Ah. I see. Still. Good on you. Very good on you, Hackless.
Thanks. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna insight him.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to figure out exactly if it's like a sense of honor of upholding his word, or if there's a different reason he doesn't want to say. And that is a natural 1.
Excellent.
With a natural 1, this guy is a pure mystery to you. He has the attention span of a goldfish and the attitude of a puppy. And you're not sure if that is put upon or if he is
Cursed.
like, you're not sure if he's putting on a show or if he is like super genuine just puppy man. All right, well, I'm going to go talk to the secretary, I guess, see if I can graduate. I don't know what feel like if the headmaster's not here, though,
I'd wait a little bit, just to be
Oh.
safe.
I really wanted to make it into the capital by the millennial celebration.
You know what goes on during the millennial celebration? We're kind of new around here. You know how we are.
Not really, but I expect it to be really cool and big, and they have all, like, the best mages up there. Like, everybody knows magic. Nobody that goes up there, pretty much everybody up there has either graduated from here or has proven themselves to be, like, just awesome in some way or another.
I want to
And-
roll for Asmo having an anxiety attack because I thought of that many powerful mages.
Sure. Wisdom. Blatant wisdom check.
Okay, there we go. Let's do that. 3. Asmo has a small anxiety attack.
Oh my god. I'm thinking about lots of magic now.
Yeah, you have an anxiety attack to the point where you actually pull out your ice gauntleted hand and, like, kind of put it up to your head before you realize that,
And wipe
oh,
my
shit.
sweat away. I wipe sweat away with it. I'm
You
like,
wipe
oh, shit.
sweat away and then replace it with more water. It's starting to dim down a bit since it's been under that warm jacket, but you can definitely see, like, the 3 nubs that used to be blades, and your hand is still, like, you can't quite move it yet without a good athletics check.
Okay.
Ooh, what happened there?
Again, the genie stuff.
Asmo just shrugs.
Genie stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they knew ice stuff. I thought they were, like, good at wind.
It was cold wind.
I guess so.
You'd be surprised what a crazy mage can throw at you.
Yeah. But Jin, though?
If it makes you feel any better, he was blue. So, you know, blue and cold. There's that connection. There's that connection, yeah.
All right, well. Best of luck, I guess.
Aye.
Same to you, Hackless.
Bye, guys. See you later. Hopefully I'll see you in the capital. Hopefully I can get one of those rings. Oh, I hope I can.
I'm sure you'll do fine. I turn back to Wolfgang and Asmo. So, are we gonna pay him a visit, or do you want me to just send a message into his brain?
Ooh. Let's go back to the Duke. He's the kind of guy I think he will take exception to a non-personal meeting, and the next one will be much more fearsome. He's the guy, I get the vibe from him that he cares about respect above all else.
All right, so you guys make your way back to the Duke's Manor. They've been waiting for you, so they kind of let you right in this time. This old Gothic manor. And you find your way up into that same office. This time it's lit up. It doesn't have that magical darkness within it. And he's just sitting down. He looks to have, like, bifocals on, just reading through a few pieces of paper. He's actually got his big frilly cloak off. And then he notices that you come in. Ah! And the cloak instantly appears on his back. He, like, brings it up over his face. Welcome back.
Thank you, sir. We did as you requested.
Asmo kind of does like a half bow.
And what were your findings?
Asmo just gestures to Wolfgang.
Well, turns out that the people you sent in couldn't get past the trials.
Unfortunate, but I assumed as much.
However, when we eventually passed the trial, the Duke was not there.
Interesting. So, where is he then? Surely you have found something, or else you wouldn't dare come back to my presence.
We might have a lead, Daenir.
I had a vision
A vision?
inside of his office. I saw a man in a black cloak with burning red eyes walking into a cave, an icy cave. I expect it's nearby.
This cave, were there any other markers, signifiers? It's not like...
Apparently, it was slightly frosted over. Not completely, only
Daenir, go ahead and give me a general intelligence check. Or, yeah, general intelligence. See if you can recall.
8. I had prestidigitation before for Wolfgang and Asmo as well. I could do the same thing again if need be.
All right, give me a Arcana check to recreate it as best you can.
Okay. 21.
All right, you basically try to create a mini diorama of what you saw on this guy's table. It's very small. Like, it has to fit in like a 1 cube, and you can't create the man, you can only create the scene. But the accuracy in which you do so, there's a small, well, there seems to be like a plank of wood surrounding this cave, like planks of wood holding it up. Could be an old mine of sorts. And you said you saw the man entering there.
I saw him walk up to the entrance of the cave. He looked around, sniffed the air, as though he could sense my presence even though I was miles away, and stared at me. He muttered something, and then that's when the vision ended.
His eyes were red, correct? That's
Burning red, glowing red, yes.
I would have to be a fool to take this on your word. Do you have any proof?
yes,
Any
we
findings?
yes we do. Wolfgang, the journal.
Ah, there we go. Concrete proof. Evidence.
Wolfgang puts the journal on his desk.
Dear Francis, it seems you are off your rocker, he says as he's slipping through. His bifocals are now back on his face as he's like reading. Power, the gem. That useless thing held by the Vizier?
As we've come to learn, they're far from useless.
The hands of the wrong person. It's far too useful.
If you believe so, but the Archmage doesn't seem to think that way. Otherwise, it would be in his possession.
So the Archmage doesn't possess one of these.
One of these particular gems? I do not believe so.
You probably wouldn't unless... probably wouldn't. Because in the end, if he only likes things that are powerful. And what if he's told that they're not powerful and not worth his time? Good question for you, Mr. Duke.
Yes.
The Vizier, the one mentioned in here.
Ramses Palto?
Is he what is he to the Archmage? Or can you say?
One would argue he's one of the most brilliant graduates of the School of Magic.
And he serves at the Archmage's leisure.
He serves as an advisor and a hand when needed. I've met him at a few feasts. Believe it or not, he's human.
I'm so sorry for him.
I am as well, but more so disgusted that the Archmage would look to him. To believe that he is more powerful and more worthy than others.
Are you speaking from personal experience, if one may be so bold as to ask?
Give me a persuasion.
Okay. 8!
Oh, he got a natural 1, even with all his pluses. He looks at you. The fact that that human is at the right hand of the Grand Archmage himself and not my father is... It's upsetting.
Let me ask you this, Duke. And by all accounts, everything said in here is private, because you seem like the kind of person who would definitely stab us in the front.
I would do my best.
The fact that the headmaster seems obsessed with the Vizier, obsessed that the Vizier has something that he believes belongs to him. Is the Vizier compromised in some way, possibly by the Bleeding God?
I do not know. The scribblings of this mad headmaster seem to imply that he is more interested in the gem than the man himself.
Yeah. He must have one of, based on what he says here, especially the part about he needs more. He needs one big enough for that, for what he wants to do. What it is, who knows?
Well, I believe that will be for you to find out. You may have passage to Mitternacht. I shall grant you my seal. Is there anything else that you have to report from your findings?
Just one. It
He
seems
kind of gestures towards you. Proceed.
when we went into the headmaster's office, we saw the jester of Bordeaux.
The jester, the same jester that you told my brother that you saw.
The very same.
And know that we're telling you this, not to reaffirm what we said in the past, but to tell you right now that there's a consistency. And this man knows something more than he's letting on.
The fact that you three are the only ones to have ever reported seeing this man. It's suspect, to say the least. But you have still done your diligence, and I will report as necessary. I will be heading up northward tomorrow myself. The celebration is 2 days away.
What
Be
can
on your
you tell-
guard, vampire. I believe something might be happening at the festival.
And why do you believe this?
Just a hunch. Big celebration. All of this stuff about the Bleeding God picking up more and more speed.
The jester
Steven.
of Bordeaux on the move. The headmaster obsessing over something the Vizier has. The Vizier being there for the festivities.
Well, if what you say is true, and you can uncover such a plot, then I'd say you'd probably be owed a favor or two.
Well, we'll definitely keep you in mind when it comes to anything we uncover as these things proceed.
He slides his hand into his desk and pulls out a ring that appears to have a signet. It seems to be a house crest of his. Present these at the gates of Mitternacht. They will know it is from me, and they will let you pass.
Thank
Wolfgang
you very,
takes it.
thank you very much, Duke.
And let it not be said that I am not generous. He snaps his fingers, and the same butler man that you've met a few times before appears behind you, kind of in a wisp of smoke, and sets a bag in each of your laps. Feels heavy and full of coin. That will be all. He snaps, and the man disappears in a cloud of smoke.
Sorry.
I was almost like put off by that.
500 gold each. A worthy reward for your investigation.
Thank you very much.
Asmo feels the bag.
Thank you very much.
Now, You may leave at your leisure. Although feel free to have more brandy on your way out if you wish.
Oh, I
He
think
gives a mischievous smirk.
you say that, sir. But I'm almost stubborn enough to try it again.
Asmo says, getting up and just chuckling to himself.
Farewell, mortals. Farewell.
Before we go, I do have one more thing that may be of interest to you.
Proceed.
I'm not sure if your brother mentioned it, but when we were in his presence, he spoke to somebody in Birchwood Creek as the town was being destroyed. I've sent word to Coldreach. The military is on its way. Guards have been doubled, and they're ready for battle should the necromancer drow come their way.
Where is it you believe the military came from?
More than likely here or Meteor Nacht, but I'm warning anybody in power that we come across to be ready in such an occasion in case the drow should wander upon your doorstep. Forewarned is foretold, after all.
The drow. Nuisances they are. Typically, no problem. Especially in this, my city of the dead. For here, there is not much to kill outside of the school.
What concerns me is that we personally put him down. And here, not even a week or two later, he's back up among the living.
A mystery I'm sure you will revel in uncovering. Mr. Author.
Indeed. I love a good story.
Then be on with you, because I believe this chapter has come to an end.
Daenir will give a respectful bow, and he will leave.
He goes back to reading his papers.
And we all leave. I mean,
Unless there's anything Wolfgang wanted to say.
Or do we? No. Wolfgang will just...
Wolfgang casts sunlight and run.
With my 0 spell slots.
Yep.
out the window.
No. Wolfgang will just nod and say, and turn to leave and say, "Be good, vampire."
You first, Hunter. As you leave, you make your way out of the manor. The butler ushers you outward, thanks you for your service, and you make your way back out onto the streets. Anywhere you would wish to go? You're starting to feel, you're definitely feeling weary after the adventures, and you know you do have
A long ass
room
day.
available.
Yeah, Wolfgang wants to go. Wolfgang wants to go get some rest as soon as possible.
All right.
Daenir
Find your
nudges.
What's that?
Daenir's going to nudge Wolfgang for a second. We're about to head to the inn, right?
I'd hope so.
Good. Just 1 second. I cast Sending. My target is Jamat. And Wolfgang will hear Daenir say out loud as they're walking. We met Magnus and Miguel Connolly in Birchwood. Magnus fell in combat with the Jester of Bordeaux. Wolfgang misses home. How are you and Elliot? Jamat has 25 words.
You receive back. That's a lot to take in. Poor boys. Glad they grew up strong. Elliot is fine. Growing more and more each day. Please take care of Master Wolf. And for some reason, the spell indicated that gang was it was an additional word.
Mm-hmm. And
What the
Daenir will relay the exact message over to Wolfgang.
Please take care of Master Wolf.
Goddamn magic.
I'm sorry, dude. I could only get 25 words.
Damn text to spell. Or talk to spell.
Wolfgang will sort of give a sigh of relief and nod.
I got one, but I'm not going to use it yet. He smiles, and he starts walking towards the inn.
All right, you guys make your way back to the Dead Man's Rest. Old Mortimer is still sitting behind the counter, hands crossed, and Beauregard's actually sitting there chatting with him. And there's actually a bar, little tavern in there. Seems to be a few people sitting around. Not a lot of people in here drink because, land of the dead and all that, but...
Being dead is the ultimate high.
It's true. Asmo goes up to the bar and just sits down.
You find yourself in a seat next to Fezziwig, actually.
How was your day, Fezziwig?
Uneventful. Mostly stayed around here, browsed some shops. Wanted to take a look at that college, but didn't really have the time.
Yeah.
How about you? You seem... He looks down at your iced over hand, which you could probably make a small athletics check to let go of the handle by now.
One sec. Hold on.
That's 16.
Yeah, you break your fingers free. They feel like they're very stiff and cold. Definitely feels like there's not a lot of circulation going through them, but
Asmo pulls out Asmo pulls out fire and just kind of puts it below his hand.
Oh my god. There we go.
Seems like you've had an eventful day.
Oh, if only I could tell you all of it, Fezziwig. Let's just say that today the day went much better than it could have.
That's good to hear.
Wolfgang Daenir are back too. I am going to get me some alcohol. So
Asmo just holds up his frozen fingers, trying to summon the bartender with it.
Bartender walks over. Seems to be another specter of sorts. What can I get for you?
Asmo's just sitting there, just shakes his head. Dude, just give me whiskey. Just give me whiskey. No ice. I'll just use my fingers to stir.
Fezziwig holds up his hand. It's on me.
Oh, it's on him. Make it a double.
He's like,
Don't worry. I'll get you the next one.
Unnecessary. You guys saved me a bit of a trip up here. You really didn't have to.
Takes the same amount of effort to be a nice person as it is an asshole.
Regardless, I wanted to show my appreciation, and since you saved me fair, I thought I'd save you some money on a drink.
Fair is fair. Apparently the big celebration's in 2 days. You excited? Nervous? Mixture of all of them?
As long as I make it there tomorrow, I should at least live.
Shit. How far away is it from here?
Half a day's travel by carriage.
Here's hoping nothing happens to you. If you want, you can probably just ride with us. Again.
You heading out tomorrow as well?
Pretty damn sure. Especially if the event's in 2 days, so,
Yep.
Wolfgang, you sit down on the other side of him?
Yeah,
Asmo's kind of at the end of the bar.
Yeah.
Hello again. What are you drinking, Mr. White, was it?
Probably whiskey as well.
Bartender comes back with the Asmo's whiskey. One more for this gentleman here.
Asmo kind of just smacks at his hand to get rid of all the ice and just has the ice drop into the drink.
Yeah, tink, 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 tink.
All right, good.
And then you can finally pocket Ecornog.
I pocket Ecornog. I pocket Frostbite. I pocket it. I put it right beside Fire Ant on kind of like my belt. Asmo realizes he got a bunch of weapons. He might actually need to get a proper weapon bandolier pretty soon here.
Get yourself all decked out.
Well, especially if I got multiple weapons to pull from. So, something to think about.
Little utility belt.
Oh, yeah, man. Let's do it.
Fezziwig kind of, hold on, I'm gonna see if he... Oh yeah, he looks you up and down, Wolfgang. Get into a scrap. Kind of points at the holes in your outfit.
Yeah, you could say that.
Should see the other guy, I'm guessing.
Well, if he
Asmo
wasn't-
just pulls out the lamp. Tunk.
This is what's left of him.
Yeah, he's in another plane right now.
Yeah, if he wasn't banished to the elemental plane, probably.
You have a genie.
No. They had a genie. Why, it's not like he's back in his lamp, is he? Like, once he's dead, he's dead. Right? Is that how it works?
Do any of you want to roll a knowledge arcana?
I will.
I will.
15.
15.
Yeah, basically both Daenir and Wolfgang look at you and say, no, he's in there.
What?
No, he's still in there.
What?
Probably if you rub the lamp, he'll come out.
No,
Who
I
knows
don't
if
wanna...
he'll be friendly or not.
I'm not doing that. I am not doing that at all.
I'm sure if you lift the lid, he'll be all cramped in there and really sour looking.
Itty bitty living space, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Asmo just holds it up.
I'm either gonna sell this or use this as what, I don't know, like the ultimate distraction.
Yeah. Best of luck. I mean, if you bested him before, surely it shouldn't be too much of an issue to bend him to your will.
Say that. That was,
Skin of your teeth, eh?
ooh, I mean, skin of our bodies.
Asmo looks at Wolfgang and just like holds up his whiskey.
Yep.
Wolfgang, there's the bartender comes back and gives you yours.
Three-way clank in here. You're not getting anything.
No, I want to keep my money. What I still have to do. Daenerys looking a little bit nervous.
This about earlier.
Asmo just turns to him. I'm guessing he's sitting beside Asmo.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's because of earlier.
A little bit about earlier.
Yeah.
A little bit about the past. A little bit about the future.
You boys sure do like being cryptic. Can't blame you, though.
Asmo,
Yeah.
what you said earlier, did you mean it?
About what?
After you drank of the Duke's drink, you uttered to me, you called me powerful. You said that I should believe in myself more. Do you actually mean that?
I mean, what good ever came from not believing in yourself? It's okay to know one's limitations, but I'll be real with you. Has anything good ever came from doubting yourself? That's what I think about it anyways. I mean this honestly. You've bailed mine and Wolfgang's ass out a couple times. You know? So, yeah. You are pretty tough. And who knows how much more. Goddamn can wield magic. Lord knows all I can do is just have those in my weapons, which I'm starting to really like. So seriously, whatever you plan on doing, don't do it half-assed, because those are the ones who die.
Yeah. But with magic, Daenir reaches out and he taps one of the rings on Asmo's finger. You're starting to get to the point where you can resist it yourself. You don't even need me.
Oh, please. This is like a one-time deal. If I ever found a mage who could only cast a spell once...
He points to one. Magic. He points to the other. Physical harm.
Yeah?
It's like a walking abjuration wizard on your fingertips.
Yeah, once. Just once.
Once can be the difference between life and death.
Yeah, but once is only once.
I do want to clarify that that both of those rings are once a day.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can only be used once a day in a fight, though. That's one fight.
Yeah.
But still,
They're emergency. These are emergency situations. If I ever find myself in a place where I don't have you to be able to cover my ass while we're doing this, I got this to bail me out. But this is only once a day. And Lord knows if you're fighting a mage, they're going to be doing a lot more than one spell. That's for damn sure.
that's true enough, but thank you, Asmo. And Daenir gives a warm smile towards Asmo.
How warm is the smile?
Actually, it's a lot warmer than it's been as of late.
Aw, that's nice. Asmo just nods at him and gives him a little flanked smirk.
Daenir will remember this.
Rip Telltale. Fezziwig is just kind of writing out some stuff next to you. Seems to be intermittently like looking down with a quill and just writing out some words on a paper and then taking a drink.
Can I insight what those are? Can I see?
Give me a. I mean, his text seems to be in Elven.
Shit! I can't read Elven. I don't know that. All I know is common.
What
If
you looking
anybody
at?
if anybody can read Elven, or yeah, you can just ask him, I guess.
What you looking at?
Oh, just writing a sonnet. It's been
Mind if I
unfinished for some time.
Mind if I take a look?
Persuasion.
20.
I suppose so. Slides it over. Just trying to work out an ending. You can read Elven, right?
I'm pretty sure.
It seems to be a song, like, it seems to be
Oh, it
some
says I
sort
can
of a-
read Draconic.
Wait, you can't read Elven?
That's weird. I don't know why it says Draconic. I swore I put it as Elven.
I'll let it be Elven, because Draconic is kind of a weird choice to begin with.
Yeah, that's. I don't know why it was. I think I might have put it there accidentally way at the start and then never fixed it.
Yeah, because I remember we talked about you swapping out one of those languages.
Yeah, it was a different one at first, and then it was Elven. All right.
All right.
I have fixed it.
Basically, you can see that it's a sonnet about it seems to be like a fair maiden. Seems to go on. Does not seem to be. It's definitely a song of love, a poem of love, but it doesn't seem to be like romantic love. Just a very deep admiration for this person, and it kind of trails off in the middle with a bunch of scratched out notes.
What was it about?
My sister.
What's she doing nowadays?
Well, not much. I suppose. Waiting, I guess, for me. On the other side. Like all those who pass into Lady Death's domain.
Sorry to hear that. Do you mind if I ask what happened?
Give me a persuasion check on that one.
Okay. Persuasion. 19.
That's, a little personal, I'm afraid. She, it's still kind of fresh to me.
Well, that's fine if you don't want to talk about it.
It's
I've
not
had a-
that I don't wish to, it's just they're painful memories, and I like to think of her the way she was.
That's fair. I've had a death in the family recently as well.
Who'd you lose?
A couple, actually. Versus my cousin,
Of course. I'm terribly sorry.
and before that was my wife. Still haven't quite gotten over those.
To the ones we've lost. He holds up a glass towards you.
To the ones we've lost.
May we see them again. On the other side.
Going to insight him real quick.
Go for it.
Because I remember something the Jester of Bordeaux said. 18.
There's definitely something this man's not telling you, but you don't think it's nefarious.
You don't think it's nefarious?
Yeah, you don't think it's nefarious.
Okay.
You don't think there's anything sinister behind what he's saying.
Okay. Well, nod. Clank glasses with him. Until the day we see them again.
Have you heard the old legend of the old master? The one that ruled before the Archmage took power. The one that made this land the way it is.
Have I?
Go ahead and give me a knowledge history disadvantage.
Woo!
Wow, that's not bad. With an 18 on that disadvantage.
Yep. I didn't hear whether it was dis or advantage.
It's disadvantage.
All right.
But
18 then.
you've heard basically in doing your research, like, you know, you've kind of taken a peek at Daenir's history book when he's been nodding off or when he's been studying other books, and they say this man apparently had sway over the forces of life and death. That he could bend souls and restore life or bring decay at a whim.
Some say he was immensely powerful, held sway over the forces of life and death.
Indeed.
Till now, thought it was a fairy tale, but as I've come to find out with some things, that there's more truth than there is in legend than I originally thought.
Nobody's seen him in over 1,000 years, but I don't know. Perhaps if you could find somebody with that power, maybe you could get their assistance in some way. Get their favor, get their goodwill. It's just
Maybe.
a legend, though. He's probably long since dead. Although the Archmage has continued to live on.
Yeah, there are quite a few ways to live a long time. One is to be born with good blood, I'd say.
Like those dragons that live down south, right?
Yeah, I guess that's one way. Elves live quite a long time, if I remember right.
Yeah, certainly we outlive most other mortals by centuries and centuries, but We too crumble and fall. We too crumble and fall.
Lani,
Yeah?
just curious. Thinking back to what Harish told us before we left, and thinking of this person that they're talking about, is it possible that they are one and the same?
It's possible. I mean, there's no descriptor of the old master.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know whether Harish might be referring to, you know, this old master, maybe the archmage himself, maybe the... I mean, you don't know. All you know is he was described as the man of black and white.
Mm-hmm.
Or, as his words, the black and white freak. Because he's a genetic freak, and he's not normal.
Now, normally, when you go one-on-one with a man, you got a 50 chance of winning.
Anyway, Fezziwig finishes his drink and kind of folds up his paper, or scrolls up his paper. All right, well, I'm going to go get some rest for, Mr. Black over here. He, offered me passage alongside you if... I assume his offer stands for you all?
I've got no problems with that.
Nor do I.
Thank you. And he sets down he sets down 2 gold on the table. The next couple of rounds are on me as well. He steps upstairs.
Be cautious with this rumor, Wolfgang.
What?
The way that he worded it, doesn't it sound like something that somebody else once spoke to us?
What would you do to get them back?
No, not that. A man of black and a man of white. The one we were warned of so long ago.
That's right. Harish did say something about that. It's hard to recall, since he did cock me in the jaw when we first met.
I mean, to be fair, you did kind of like ask for it.
I didn't ask him to come stomping around on my lands.
You know what I mean.
Asmo says, sipping his drink.
I'd do it again. I'd fucking do it again.
Well, he'd probably do it again to you, so.
I don't know. Seems weird. Then again, maybe it's just my paranoia getting to me.
Well, you guys finish off your drinks, and unless you have anything else you wanted to do tonight, you head to bed.
Yeah, pretty much. Asmo's tired.
Connor, you got anything?
Nah.
I got something.
Oh.
Daenir
What you
walks up to his room. He writes in his book for a little bit. He seems to be putting something off. And after about an hour or two, he finally builds up the courage. And with a quivering voice, he casts a spell. His voice quivering, almost on the verge of tears, he utters the words, "For 7 years, I've craved nothing more than simply hearing your voice again. I love you, Mama. I'll return one day. I promise." And he begins weeping.
Did you cast Sending?
Yes. Yes, he did. That's what he's been putting off the entire time.
No response. And we'll be right back after this break.
Hey!
Fezziwig is joining you. Still just has his little rucksack, and he appears to be working on that little sonnet poem he was working on last night as you guys get inside the carriage. And you begin your ride off further into the night. The Aurora Borealis still streaming overhead. It appears to be emanating over the city that you are heading towards, the capital of Nacht.
Wait, the Aurora Borealis.
At this time of year,
yes.
The citadel of Nacht, as you approach, it is a glorious and ominous mass of crystal and black steel over this flat, frozen lake on which it resides in the center. You begin to peel away from this massive outcrop, like this massive valley of ice that you are within, as you approach the capital. And there we have that highlighted now.
How big does this baby look?
As you approach, it does not look as big as the city of Iceforge, which you just left, but it is opulent and regal with these buildings that appear to be made entirely out of this crystalline structure. It seems to pulsate and radiate a magic energy. And as you approach the city gates, you are basically approached by two guards.
So I want to get a good glimpse of this in my head. So pretty much the city itself looks like a giant building.
It looks like it is one massive crystal that is forming into different buildings.
Never thought I'd see something like that.
Asmo's looking out the window at it.
Have you ever seen anything quite like this?
Can't say I have. Fezziwig says as he rolls up his scroll and reaches into his vest for his summons. The city, while not quite as large as Iceforge, so you're approached by the guards who knock on the window. They appear to be there appear to be a vampire and a half-elf. What's your business here?
Is Wolfgang talking for us?
Doesn't sound like it.
Okay.
Daenir hands over the. Daenir shows the ring. He's got a meeting with the Archmage, and he points to Fezziwig.
Yes, right here.
And we are here for the.
Yeah, he hands him the scroll.
And we are here to enjoy the celebration, and also at the request of the Duke.
We hand over ours.
Yeah, you hand over the signet ring.
Yep.
This checks out. So does this. Park the cart over there. We'll escort you further. Right away, gentlemen. And Beauregard moves over to what seems to be a designated parking zone for all of these carts.
Hey, Beauregard, are you able to go into the city, or are you staying out here with the cart?
Oh, this is as far as I go, I'm afraid.
Will we ever see you again, Beauregard?
Well, if you purchase my contract, then perhaps. If not, I shall stay here for all eternity.
How much?
Or however long this contract will last.
How much would it just cost to own you? Is that weird?
It is a very odd question, yes, and I have no idea. You would have to negotiate that with the master.
I think you're worth like 10,000 gold.
Oh, well, thank you kindly. That is not what my contract was worth when I signed it, but who knows, inflation and the like.
You're the first ghost I've ever known, so...
It has been an honor, Mr. Black.
It has been. I will never forget you, I honestly mean that.
The guards are just standing outside the cart. Hurry up!
Just 1 second, we're having a moment.
I just kind of go for a weird ghost handshake. I guess I can't touch him.
You feel his ethereal presence slap through your hand. Fare thee
Goodbye.
well. Fare thee well. And
Until-
you can gather your belongings from the back of the cart.
Yep.
As Daenir grabs his bag, he's going to look over at Wolfgang and Asmo. Yeah, I'd suggest you two check your stuff as soon as you can.
Why?
I think I got robbed in one of the last 2 stops we were in.
Asmo takes a look at all his stuff.
Wolfgang will do the same.
Yeah.
Nothing appears to be missing out of your guys' stuff.
Maybe you're just clumsy.
No. Pretty sure I know where my food is, and all my food, along with a deck of my playing cards. Found that out last night whenever I was packing everything back up.
The guards are looking real impatient at you. Like one of them's tapping his foot real condescendingly.
Okay, listen, we got to get going. Just
Yeah. Follow guards.
Yep, the guards start to lead you onto the streets of this town, and again, while it's not as big as Iceforge, its streets are just dripping with magic. This crystal that you're walking on seems to pulse as you step on it. Like, it leaves a footprint, and it seems to be dedicated to, like, you know, what race is stepping on it. Daenir, when you're standing on it, it appears to give off, like, a green aura. Asmo, it seems to deliver some sort of a yellow one. Wolfgang, yours is pure white. And Fezziwig is leaving behind a red trail.
That's weird. Is it red for elves?
We don't get many around here, so I guess so.
It's actually fairly fascinating.
And as you're walking, this magic that's almost like permeating the air as if like an unavoidable miasma that seeps into you with every breath. Like the air feels heavy with this magic energy. And as you look around, you can see the streets occupied by various vampires and wizards of varying races. Each of them seems to have some form of familiar or undead horde in tow.
What is there for the undead? What does it con as? Black?
They don't seem to leave. Like, vampires, undead, they don't seem to leave a footprint. Seems to only register life energy.
What are the races of the guards walking in front of us? Can we?
There's a half elf and a vampire. The half elf is leaving kind of a, I'd say it's like this purplish trail. And it fades very quickly after they step away, but every footstep kind of leaves a small mark for a little bit.
Are there any humans around?
You can't really tell. You can see that there are a few, like it's kind of hard to tell. There are some wizards that are leaving a blue trail, so you think they might be human, but they're all kind of bundled up.
Good to know. The humans are leaving behind a blue trail, and I'm leaving behind a white one.
Yeah, it's bizarre to you.
Red, white, and blue. America!
More France.
The guards signal you towards basically what looks to be an office of sorts that as you approach the dwellings of this town. Sorry, I went off script. The dwellings of this town are too elegant to be called gaudy with how they look, but they all pale in comparison to this massive palace that you are heading towards at its center. And the guards escort you inside the gates. They seem to be basically... It seems to be a guard post on the outside. And they tell you to basically take a seat and wait in this opulent waiting room, I guess, for lack of a better word. Everything seems to be decorated with this crystalline structure. There are a couple of normal pieces of furniture in here. They all seem to be constructed of black steel. And they usher Fezziwig back. They usher Fezziwig forward first, and they take a look at his scroll. You have made it by the required date, and you are... The scroll disintegrates, and Fezziwig winces for a moment. Lifted. He hands him a key. And ushers forward another guard who leads him away. I'll show you where you're staying. Well, best of luck, I suppose, he says, looking at you.
They're on Fezziwig.
As for you three, we received word from the Duke not long ago that you have business here that might pertain to the very life of the Archmage himself.
Ash foreboding.
Well, the guy who's talking to us, what does he look like?
He's a pale man, seems to be a vampire of sorts, looks half-elfish from birth.
Okay.
He's kind of got pale blue skin. His hair is a dark brown, tied back in a ponytail, and he has a goatee.
That's not untrue.
Do you have any knowledge of the whereabouts of our Grand Vizier? Do you know anything of Ramses?
Oh, wait, hold on. Is he missing?
Didn't you get a flash in your head and you see that cave again? And you hear a man, "No, please, let us talk about this." "No, what are you doing?" "Stop!" You hear that echo through your mind.
I think I know where he is. He turns and he points to Wolfgang and Asmo. You two know that cave I was talking? I just heard a man's voice flash in my mind. I think that both the headmaster and the vizier is in this mine.
The mine.
Wolfgang looks over to the guard as he says this out loud.
The guard is just like, what the fuck?
I'll use prestidigitation, and
we are bending the rules of that spell significantly.
It's a
by
little
the way.
teeny tiny one in my hand, just to show the picture of it, like I just did, and for the Duke.
Yeah. You show the mine to this man.
The Duke sent us to search out the headmaster of the local college in his town. We found him missing, but I saw a flash of a vision where a black hooded figure was walking into this mine. The headmaster seemed interested in something in the possession of the vizier. I believe that both he and the vizier are at this location right now.
Based on a vision. I cannot assign men to a vision.
Does Wolfgang still have the book?
We gave that away, didn't we?
Yeah, the Duke has that.
Yeah, I left it at the Duke's house.
The evidence that we have that supports this is in possession of the Duke of Iceforge.
Well, you have been given passage to this city, but I cannot afford you any guards in your assistance. If you wish to peruse the mines under your delusion, feel free. We have an investigation to run.
But no.
He looks at the signet ring again.
But no, seriously, how long has the vizier been missing?
He never reported in this morning. Well, he never reported in to evening.
I see. Okay. Well, what was your name, sir?
Shit.
Allow me to write one out.
Nick, I just wanted to be courteous. I'm
No
scared of these
problem.
vampires.
Bernard Blackthorn.
Well, Bernard.
Bernard.
If you could point us in the direction of these mines, that would be the most helpful thing we could ask for right now.
Okay, which one?
The one held up by wood.
Get out of my office.
Are we out of the office?
He's filing away paperwork now.
I would expect that's all of them, Asmo. And Daenir.
Oh, well, evidently. I fucking know. Maybe some hell by magic. What the fuck do I know?
Asmus walks out.
Daenir, as you step out onto the streets, you feel your brain kind of like pull you in a direction.
Okay,
it feels so strong you almost trip.
Daenir stumbles and he's going that direction. Okay, apparently something's pulling me this way, folks. And he's just going.
It only jerks you for like a moment, but it's definitely in a direction. It pulls you in like kind of a westerly fashion.
Mm-hmm.
God, if I didn't know you, I'd think you're crazy, Daenir, but okay.
After a couple steps of stumbling, he starts to slow down and he stops. Then he turns and looks back. It's to the west.
You feel... I need you to make a wisdom save for me.
Okie doke. That is a 10.
As you're getting pulled, like as your brain pulls you in this direction, you feel your hand kind of dart into your components pouch towards your original gem.
Mm-hmm.
And you continue to get this vision, but when you grab onto this gem, you see this trail pop up in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Like almost like an arrow kind of pulling you like a compass in a certain direction.
Hey, Wolfgang, do you see this? And
I'm assuming I don't.
Nobody else does. I mean, you kind of you know what this is. You know this is a vision of the gem, but you unconsciously found yourself grasping at it.
Yeah, it's pointing this way. I see a trail. And Daenir's going to start to follow it.
All right, you begin to follow this trail. And while you're holding onto this gem, you continue hearing that same plea. No, stop. Please, we can talk about this. You don't have to. And this begins to lead you to the outskirts of this town. You start to step onto this frozen lake, and you see this rocky outcropping. It appears to be like some small rocky islands in the middle of this frozen lake. And it appears to be pointing directly at one. As you wander your way towards it, your hand begins to pulse as the gem begins to vibrate. This entire component bag begins to shake and shudder and pulse wildly.
And I take it now they can, Asmo and Wolfgang can see it.
Oh, they can see that.
Yeah. That one right there.
You start to wander around this rocky island. And you find yourselves at the entrance of an old mine. The gems are pulsing like mad, and all of a sudden they stop.
Oh, that's not good. Or is it?
No, it's not. Either the other gems are gone, or it's them telling me that we're here.
Well, whoever had those gems, then theirs were pulsating too. So they might know we're here, whoever they are.
That's a possibility, yeah.
Is this a trap?
Possibly.
Yeah. I
But-
don't like this. No, this is a perfect trap. Say everyone we met along the way was being honest. Say the Duke wasn't in on this. Say that guard wasn't in on it. It's a lot of what ifs. Going into this place without a plan. I don't like it. Because if I was gonna jump somebody and they had a stone that would lure them to me, I'd create the best little funhouse for them.
Daenir lifts the monocle. We've got this. This will give us some insight into what's going on. We have the gems as an early warning. And if we absolutely need an exit route, we've got the key.
Problem is, we don't know if there'll be any doors down there with locks. That's
Bingo.
sort of a prerequisite.
And also, why did we come up here? What is our mission?
Our mission is to get to the Archmage, but don't you think that if we actually save the Vizier, we're practically guaranteed an audience with the Archmage?
For all we know, the Grand Vizier's behind it.
Well, if he is
We don't know.
behind it, and he's in here, well, then we can't pass up on an opportunity like this.
And also, we can't use the lock. We have no idea where it is. Unless you feel like backtracking through half of this, the last place it was in was freaking Steamy Springs.
Better than dying in the middle of a trap, isn't it? Plus, more than likely, Tom's been following us the whole way.
Yeah, he seems to do that a lot.
So he's probably in Meteor Nacht somewhere.
What's your call, guys?
It just seems so convenient. I just.
Wolfgang starts loading his revolver.
I say we go in. If the Gyms is leading us to this point, and the Gyms saved Daenir in the last town, something wants Daenir down there. There's a reason for us here. And for
Daenir,
now,
do you just walk in?
No. I'm going to use the monocle to take a look at the entrance of the area.
All right. What is the command word you wish to use for this monocle?
This is going to be... Let's see. Let's say... I'm trying to think of something. Basically, it's going to be something visual based. I'm going to use the draconic word for clarity.
Which is?
I would have to look that up.
Let's just go with oculo.
Okay.
All
Fair
right.
enough.
Speak the word, and it will do its job.
All right. Daenir holds up the monocle to his eye. Oculo.
And the gem hums with power, and as you look through it, nothing seems different, so you're definitely seeing everything that's you should, but you do see, like, straight through the darkness as if it was plain as day. It seems to be a cave, and right at the beginning it seems to fork into two paths.
All right, so we got two paths up ahead. There's nothing in the entrance.
Okay, Asmo's just like got his blade. Asmo's just got his hands under it. He's just got his arms folded and is just following behind. Asmo doesn't like this.
Asmo, do you want me to make you invisible?
Save your spells.
All right.
Asmo just says kind of tersely.
All right, you guys wander into the cave.
Wolfgang is going to flip on his goggles of see invisibility. Just in case.
Nothing appears to jump out at you right now.
All right, I'll keep them on just in case I see something that Daenir doesn't.
And I'm doing this already. Mage armor.
All right. Well, you wander into this cave, and you definitely hear some commotion happening deeper in. You hear the voice as if you had heard it in your vision.
No, Stolly. We can talk about this. We can talk about this.
But you hear it echoing from deeper within.
Does the monocle give me any further sight than what I see here, or is this exactly what we see?
This is what you're seeing right now.
Okay.
Move your character, and I will reveal areas as you...
All right. Daenir's going to take a look around this way, using the monocle as he's going.
All right, Asmo follows.
I don't know what's around here, but Daenir's being cautious. Okay, looks like it might loop around.
You notice as you turn the corner in this cold cave that there are some bulbous mounds on the floor. They seem to pulsate a little as you walk around.
Every time we step.
No, just in general, they seem to be doing it of their own accord.
Can I inspect that, or what would you?
Yeah, investigation or survival.
Survival. Come on, 12.
As you lean down towards the smallest one, you see it kind of like throb a little bit, and you hesitantly reach out and touch it. It feels like flesh.
Oh, that's fun. What the shit?
It's just in the ground.
It seems to be coming out of the rock. Like as you like brush away from it, it seems to seamlessly become rock as you fade away, almost as if like part of the stone flesh spell or stone skin, and then it's just rock. Normal, regular ground ass rock.
I've never seen anything like this, have you, Wolfgang?
Not that I know of.
Nope. Save you the trouble there.
Yeah, I figured.
Don't get too close to it.
Oh no, I was gonna shove my face in it.
Asmo
That's
says,
how
being
you-
snarky.
That's how you get aliens.
That's how you get aliens. That's a cool alien. I'm gonna shove my face in it.
Oh wow, look at that egg!
Just gonna get my. I'm just gonna get a whiff. Ah, fuck.
Daenir's got his head on a swivel as they're walking through, especially around this ledge.
Asmo just kind of creeps up the ledge.
If we had more time, I'd like to figure out exactly what those things are, but we've got a vizier to save, or possibly the other way around.
Here's hoping those will come into play later.
Asmo creeps his head around the corner here.
As you do so, something odd catches your vision there. You see this flesh start to mold into stone.
What?
You see this hallway of stone, and all you can see is black and white right now since you are, but you begin to see the stone kind of like pulsate as it moves further in.
What in the hell?
As you
Wolfgang!
continue to approach,
Asmo
you see
yells
that
for
it
Wolfgang.
stretches further in.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, God, a flesh tube.
Oh no.
Oh, well,
That is not natural forming.
I don't know. Looks pretty organic to me.
Huh?
Asmo just turns to Wolfgang. Just,
Okay. Sure.
Good one.
Funny guy you are. Oh, Christ. Please don't tell me where to go. Yeah. Alrighty.
how lit up is this cave, by the way, Nick?
It's not. You're using your
how-
dark vision. Daenir can, like, when he looks through the scope, he sees it like clear daylight, but
Daenir, what are we looking at?
Daenir walks over and he holds the. If I hold up the monocle to Asmo, he wouldn't see it, would he?
it'll work for him. Like, it's just the fact that you had to activate it. As
I
you
hold
look
it up.
through, you see the stone seem to seamlessly transfer into this into these mounds of fleshy walls that seem to quiver and pulsate. You see a ball of bubbling pus near the end of this crooked hallway that seems to shake and move as if it's part of some old living creature.
No. No. God.
Asmo's got his hands to his face.
Gotta be fucking kidding me.
It's probably the stone that's doing it. Every stone that I've seen has a specific ability. This one Must be like the reverse of the basilisk, turning stone into flesh.
Oh my god. You tell me we're going down that?
Yeah.
You hear echoing down. Please, no!
Oh, God.
Is this like a tunnel or a passageway?
Yeah, it's just stone that turns into flesh.
Okay.
Wolfgang is going to kneel down on the ground and sort of like press like the he's going to sort of press his forehead against like the cylinder of his gun.
Okay.
He's going to be like, he's going to mutter to himself because he never quite seen anything like this. As I live, there is no evil that will stand. All right.
Asmo whispers to himself, I can do this, 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 I can do this.
What does it feel like to step on this stuff,
As
Nick?
soon as you step on it, thank you for asking, it feels like, basically through your boots, it feels like you're stepping on something very spongy, like wet earth after a rainstorm, and it's...
Oh,
But it's solid and slick. Like, not ice slick, but you definitely wouldn't want to, like, run on this stuff.
This tile
okay. We keep on a steady pace.
As you turn the corner, you can see that it kind of ebbs out further into this.
All right, if you really believe this, we'll keep on going.
Now I'm gonna start stepping forward.
All right, and you can hear this kind of like shuddering come up front. You don't know what you're doing. And you just hear this cackling of a madman. And as you step into this wider orifice, let me describe what you see before I uncover it. You see a unassuming man with brown hair. Seems to be wearing a long formal robe. And he has a staff that's kind of broken at his feet. To his left is a tall man with a hood down. His hair seems to be stringy, as if ripped from his own head piece by piece. His skin pallid and taut, like extremely taut. Yes. With this, the power necessary, yes. He begins to sniff at the air. Familiar scent. And his head turns 180 degrees to face you.
Oh, what?
You see this face of a wild man. I smell it on you. Yes, you brought them. You brought them for me. Yes, recovered. Mine. Yes, thank you. You have them. You've seen it. You've seen the place. You've seen it too. He points at you, Asmo, and he points at you, Daenir. You've seen it. You've seen the glory. They call him the bleeding god. I call him the bleeding god. How could such a perfect being bleed? He cannot bleed. You hear this cracking as his body turns, first his torso to face you, then his legs spin around in place. Give them to me.
Does he look at all like what the Jester Bordeaux transformed into?
No. This man, Asmo, you are given flashbacks to the beings that you saw within the pits that you were in, but it's different. It's like that transformation isn't complete. His eyes have this pale glow to them that you can see shining within this darkness, this fleshy darkness. And as he awkwardly stretches out towards you, his arms begin to contort. His fingers begin to become claw-like. And this man standing next to him, save yourselves, please. This being turns and slaps him as he falls to the ground. This man falls. You can't tell if he's dead or unconscious, but he is definitely not in a good way.
Allow me to make a counter offer. You give us the vizier, you give us your gems, and we won't put you down right now. After all, your servant begged us to save you from yourself.
Servant begged, servant, who would beg? Who would beg for me? Who would beg?
Robert.
He goes quiet for a moment and looks down. He makes no moves.
These gems are warping your mind. They're turning you into one of his things. These things are a poison. Discard them before it's too late.
Discard. No. He looks at this massive gem that he has in his hand. One that you might even say is larger than the one that you have, Daenir, and that's the largest one you've ever seen. It seems to be the size of a grapefruit. No.
That's a big chunk.
He starts to, he reaches up towards his robe and pulls a string, and the robe falls from his body. He is just wearing slacks, but on his torso, you can see he has embedded 5 of these gems. And at its very center is his chest, and he slams that grapefruit-sized gem there and twists his fingers to try to make it stay. His teeth become fang-like. I will not submit. I will become God! Roll initiative as this man grows horns and sits before you. A large, bulbous eyeball pierces from the ground.
Oh.
Then you will die.
Ah!
Oh. Hello.
Holy shit.
Man, this tile set is wacky.
Oh,
I love it.
How tall is the roof, Lani?
I got probably about 10 feet.
Is the roof flesh too, Lani?
Yeah.
Yes, everything here is flesh.
Oh, that's really loud.
Yeah, I'm fixing it. Don't worry.
Is the eye looking right at him?
The eye is looking past him straight towards Daenir.
Sorry, Robert, we couldn't save your dad.
Asmo just pulls out both of his weapons. Asmo pulls
And
out.
roll your
good old
initiative.
All right. 21.
All right. Pull out my sheets here. One of them fell. There we go. Okay. Asmo, it is your turn as this beast looks at you, as this beast is staring dead-eyed at Daenir. His form becoming more and more like those creatures that you saw within the pits.
Asmo just says to his fist,
Ikor Nog.
And like that, your fist is encased in this punch dagger of ice.
and Asmo pulls out Fire Ant in the other hand and runs right at him.
Go for it.
Asmo runs right at him and starts swinging away immediately. I'll bring out the Fire Ant first.
Oh yeah, let me add that. Just roll for Fire Ant and then add a d6 is basically how this other one will operate.
All right.
All right, 12 will miss.
Yes, it will. And I'll try again. 26.
That'll hit.
So I roll Fire Ant damage.
Yeah, roll your
8.
Fire Ant damage. 8. Are you rolling that with fire?
Yes.
Okay. Roll 8 fire damage on this dude.
Ashes away. Since I moved, I don't get my third attack.
No, you do. You get your bonus attack.
Oh, good, because I'm gonna try and go with the other. I'm gonna try and go with the ice move as well.
All right, roll Fire Ant, and then if you hit, you'll add a d6 to the damage.
18.
That'll hit.
8 again, and an extra d6. You said
Yes.
2.
All right, 8 piercing, 2 ice. So that's 18 damage so far. Nice. The beast tends to pay you no mind, still keeping its eye on Daenir.
Fine, more shots for me.
All right, Daenir, it is your move.
Daenir calls out, "Allow me to show you the true power of the one meant to carry the gem." I cast Enlarge on Asmo.
Oh, shit!
With a deafening screech, Asmo, you begin to feel yourself grow, and then you shrink back to your normal size.
What was the screech from?
The being. This thing in front of you.
Oh shit! That didn't work.
He countered my magic. One of his gems is a counter spell.
Alright!
He's also a very powerful mage.
That's
All right.
magic.
And after he finishes his screech, do you have a move action you want to do, Daenir?
Let me see. I will move. Probably going to come right at me. So I'm going to put myself right here. And that will end my turn.
Okay. All right. Asmo, a 22 will hit, yes?
No. He says
Yeah,
pointlessly.
It will. All right, you take 6 bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make an athletics check.
Okay. 6 bludgeoning damage. So down to an athletics check.
Yes.
24.
Versus. All right, you feel him try to shove you out of the way, but instead, like, feeling that you're not going to budge, he just leaps over you. You get an opportunity to attack while he does this.
Oh, do I? That's
Yes.
fun for me. Asmo's gonna swing down with fire and again, right in the back. 25.
That'll hit.
9 fire damage.
9 fire.
How tall is this son of a bitch?
This thing's probably about 7.5 feet tall.
Big boy.
But,
Okay.
like lanky and long. Like when he slammed you, he just kind of grabbed onto your shoulder and leapt over. So you shoved Fire Ant up and like got him right in the gut as he was leaping over. And he makes his way over to you, Daenir,
All right.
with his remaining attacks. A 20 will hit you, yes? Non-natural?
Not when I pop my shield.
Okay, so you pop shield and you glance his claw as it comes close to your face. But before you can follow up, does the shield last for the rest of the round, or is it
Yes,
just the
it
one
does.
attack?
It is for the entire rest of the round.
Okay, so would a 24 hit you?
Yes, it would. My AC is 21.
Okay. You take 12 slashing damage.
All right. As the claw comes in, the bluish green barrier appears. His claws slam against it. Massive cracks begin forming in the shield, but he does not make it to Daenir.
And that is his turn. All right, Wolfgang.
All right. Well, I'm gonna step to the side of Daenir a little bit,
Just gonna move Mosey over here.
so I got a better shot at it than I do Daenir. And can you take my bonus action first?
I don't see why not.
All right. Well, Wolfgang is going to, in his opposite hand, the hand that he's not holding Requiem in, he's going to thrust his palm forward as a sort of like a magic circle appears on the palm of his hand. He goes, "Ut vivo sto quad, malum non est." and I cast Hex on him.
All right.
You cast heck on him.
He's heckin' hecked. What effects of hex would you like to go over?
Well, first of all, he takes an extra 1d6 necrotic whenever I attack him.
Yep.
And
Which
I will.
ability would you like to fuck him over on?
Ability is like strength, dexterity, stuff like that.
You choose one statistic, and he has disadvantage on those rolls that would require that statistic.
I'll go with strength.
Okay. Disadvantage on strength. Let me mark that down. Okay.
And then once that's on him, Wolfgang's gonna whip Requiem around and pow pow.
All right.
Fire off 2 shots.
Bang bang. Go for it.
That's a 12
A 12 is going to miss.
and a 10.
Man, your
Damn.
roll 20 rolls are just. I feel so bad.
That's a +7 too.
It's a +7 to hit. That means you rolled a 5 and a 3. That's too bad.
At least I
Sorry,
hatched
dude.
them.
Well,
Yeah.
Asmo, it is your turn again.
Real fast. The giant eye in the floor. Is it still staring directly at him? Is it blinking?
It seems to be perusing the room.
Ugh. And I look over at the guy who's passed out on the floor, right?
Yeah.
Is there any blood that I can see?
There seems to be some coming out of his mouth.
Asmo is going to beeline it over to the passed out guy.
Okay.
And Asmo's going to grab one of the healing potions he got from earlier in the day and just slam that healing potion in his mouth.
All right.
Alrighty, and healing potion stats are, what do I roll?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. There we go. That's a 5. Fucking hell.
All right. Well, he's stabilized. Why are you still here? Run!
Ah, fuck that. He's targeting our boy. Anyways, here. Oslo tosses him the other healing potion. Up to you. Also, should I stab this eye?
Mother of God.
Oslo's got-
this man seems to be taken aback.
Also just holds
And-
up the ice dagger.
You've used your action to heal
only
this
have one-
man.
Only have one attack then?
No, actually, well, in order to use dual wield, you have to use your attack, and then your bonus action can be to attack with your other hand.
Oh, okay, you just get dual
And
flurry.
you don't get your extra attack if you don't use your attack action.
Oh, okay then. Well then, I guess that's it for me.
All right, Daenir.
All right. Daenir is going to attempt to cast Magic Missile at 2nd level
Okay.
at Big Boy.
Big boy!
The guy in front of you.
Yep.
All right, you hold out your hands, and feel free to blast away.
Okay. 4, 3, 5, 4.
12, 16. Yeah, they seem to collide with him. He screams at you.
And I hiss at him.
Well, he brings both of his claws up in the air and starts to slam them down at you.
All right. Reaction shield.
All right, so a 19 will miss then.
Yep. 21 is the magic number here.
Well, you got a nat 20 on that one, so.
Ah!
Uh-oh.
Is that a strength or is attack strength based?
No, actually.
Claws, I believe, are finesse weapons.
Also, these are ability checks, not attack rolls.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I mean, not cool. I'm terrified, but okay.
Yeah, like, say if he tries to lift something, he'll have disadvantage on that. Morty.
As this claw comes in, slamming into your side, you take 22 slashing damage.
Oh my Christ.
Okay.
Crit, man.
Let me see. Daenir's shield explodes. He's still up, but he's looking really haggard.
Yeah, you got a big slice through your midsection. And with his third attack,
Oh my god.
he misses.
All right, slams
As
into
you
the shield.
as you're ducking down to like protect your tasty meats that just got uncovered, you manage to duck under the claw that seemed to be going straight for your neck.
You're
All
good.
right. Wolfgang, it is your turn.
All right. Seeing Daenir take that much damage, he's just gonna be like, "Hey, he's not the biggest threat in this room, motherfucker!" And I'm going to try to fire off more shots at him to get his attention.
All right, see if it works.
17?
That'll hit.
And these are silver bullets, by the way.
All right.
That's 5 piercing damage.
Silver will get through his damage reduction. And go ahead and give your extra necrotic damage as well.
1.
Okay.
It's
Hey,
damage.
hey, damage is damage.
Yeah,
All
it's
right, go ahead and
damage.
go ahead and take your second shot with your life drinker or thirsting blade.
Yep.
Your
Wow,
thirsty- your
26.
thirsty gun. That'll fucking hit.
Natural 19. Holy shit.
Oh man, too bad you're not a hex blade.
Oh well.
A heck blade.
That's 10.
That's good.
Plus. Oh, wait. No. There we go. 6 necrotic damage. There we go.
Woof. All right. Additional 16. Well. All right. And with that, its pallid eye shifts over to you. And you
Come
hear
on,
this
mother-
sickening cracking of cartilage as it turns its neck.
Come on, motherfucker. I'm not afraid of you.
Asmo, it's your turn.
Or is it?
Oh, do you have a bonus?
Yeah. I'm going to spend 2 of my healing light and heal Daenir.
All right. Go ahead and give him those rolls.
Pew! Shoot healing into his butt.
7. Heal
Oh.
for 7.
My butt feels so much better. Thank you.
Don't.
Its
Please
eye
don't
shifts.
make it weird.
Its eye shifts back to Daenir, and then back to you, back to Daenir, back to you, and its eyes narrow as it looks at you, Wolfgang.
Look up, look now. The eye is now diamonds.
All right. Come on, motherfucker.
Asmo.
Now that giant eye has been looking back and forth, correct?
Yes.
Asmo, is right beside it. Can I attack it from my current position?
If you want to.
Asmo whistles and stabs it right in the eye with the fire ant. Do I need to roll to hit it? It's fucking big.
Just in case, if you're rolling that 1,
You swing around, hit the vizier.
14.
it'll hit the eye.
Alrighty. 7 fire damage. How does it react?
It doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't, does it?
It's just staring straight ahead. It doesn't have any lid. It does start to, like, leak a little bit of blood.
Hold on, let me just think about this real fast. Give me 1 second. I'm thinking. Ooh, what to do. Asmo says, fuck it, in for a penny, in for a pound. Asmo stabs down with the ice. Ice as well. 26.
It'll hit.
That's 7 plus
And then
D6.
add your D6.
1, so that's 8.
All right.
And one more time with the ice dagger. Ice claw. Natural 20.
All right, roll your crit damage.
7 plus 2.
All right, and then roll 2d6.
Oh, 2d6. Hot damn. I'm loving that. I'll take 7 damage.
All right, it's a little frosty, looking a little frosty, but seems to be uncaring of you.
Ah, son of a bitch. Okay, that was a bad gamble. All right.
You still have a move action if you want.
Oh, then Asmo's gonna run right into the back of the beast.
All right. Daenir, it is your move.
Okay. Daenir is going to use his action to attempt to cast Enlarge on Asmo a second time.
All right.
Will he counter it?
No, but he turns to you as you start chanting. And a 25 will hit you.
I didn't... Oh, okay.
You said you're casting, right?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if there's casting and melee provokes attacks of opportunity or not in 5e.
There are feats for such a thing.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
Warcaster.
Oh, yay.
All right. 12 damage as this thing's claw comes careening at you as you're chanting, and I need you to make a concentration check on your cast if you're still
Okay.
conscious.
I'm still conscious. I took how much? 12?
Yeah, 12.
Okay. 19.
All right. Yep. You can keep casting.
Okay. I cast Enlarge on Asmo.
Boop, boop, boop. You now got a big snake.
Oh, doggy! How tall am I now?
Your head is cramping against the top of the ceiling here. You're actually
Ew.
uncomfortable. You'll be attacking with disadvantage.
What? Oh, God! That...
It's a 10-foot space, and you are now huge.
You gotta
Yeah,
crawl
you got
around
one
in your
size.
belly.
I thought you would have just made it.
Yeah, that doesn't... Okay, can we... I'm now not effective in combat.
I
don't
mean, this just undoes the this just undoes the advantage of being big, I think. Oh wait, you don't get advantage on attack like this, do
He
you?
gets advantage on strength checks and strength saves.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I can.
unfortunately, this coordination was not made.
It's cool. I can drop it at any time, so it's
All right.
not a major factor, Taka.
Just try and get out of combat. I was hoping you were just going to try and disengage from combat and use your turn that way.
I just imagine he grows, he rises up and immediately hits his head on the fucking ceiling.
Ew, ew, it's fleshy, ew.
Ah!
You gotta crawl around in your belly like a real snake.
Snake.
Yeah, this thing is like maybe a foot or so shorter than the top of the thing, and Asmo's now towering over it. All right, so
Appreciate the effort, Daenir!
does it take an action to dispel this, or?
It just says concentration, so as soon as I lose concentration, it's gone.
All
so
right.
probably as soon as he attacks me.
Okay, so he's gonna be up for a sec.
One turn, I guess.
All right. Well, it is its
Or-
turn,
Yeah.
and its eye is on Wolfgang right now. But first, in order to get away from you, will a 20 hit?
Me?
Yeah.
Not after I shield.
All right. Use your reaction to shield, and he misses. So you get an opportunity attack as he moves away from you, as does Asmo with disadvantage.
All right, I'm going.
Oh wait, no, you used your reaction to shield. Can't get an opportunity attack.
That is true.
I will swing with Fire Ant. That's a nat 1!
Fire Ant becomes embedded in the side of this cave,
Oh, God.
and he makes his way over to Wolfgang. And he strikes out with a claw. A 22 will hit you, yes?
Yes, it will.
All right. Not bad. 7 damage. And Daenir, he noticed that you didn't go down, so he's going to kick at you with his hinder.
Wait. Before he looks towards Daenir, Wolfgang's gonna grab onto that claw of his, and it's like, that's exactly what I wanted, you piece of shit. And fire will erupt from his wound. I cast Heavenly Rebuke.
All right, roll the damage on her.
3rd level.
Woo!
Oh, damn.
That's gonna be 19 fire damage. He needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. DC 15. He fails that.
All right, so he takes 19 fire damage.
Yeah, he howls. And as he is flailing madly, 25 to hit Daenir.
That's going to hit.
Another 9 damage.
Okay. Once again, the arcane ward, which has been recovering with every abjuration spell I've cast, shatter.
Fuck, that good. That's a good school.
That is not bad. That is saving your ass.
All right, Wolfgang, it is now your turn.
Oh wait, I need to roll my d6 on my necrotic damage.
I thought that was only when you hit it with an attack. Does this count? Extra necrotic damage when you attack it.
Up to you.
I'll allow it. This thing's got a lot of health.
All right.
Spoilers! But yeah.
Arigato, DM Sama. That's 6.
Good DM.
All right. As the flames begin to douse around it, you are face to face with this creature, Wolfgang. Its pale eyes stare into you.
As I live, there is no evil that will stand. And I use Radiant Soul.
All right. Does he need to make any saves or anything, or is it just a...
Nope.
Okay.
I transform into my angelic presence.
You begin to radiate light, and these spectral wings seem to sprout from your back once again as a aura envelops this beast and Wolfgang. Daenir, you almost have to shield your eyes for a moment. So do you, Asmo, but...
My big eyes.
Yeah, your big man eyes.
And in Celestial, I just look at it and say, "Be gone." And I'm going to pop another 2 healing lights on Daenir.
I did remember something that does need to happen.
What's that?
I got hit, so I need another concentration check for enlarge.
All right. Oh, yeah, it's true. Go ahead.
Nope, it's still up.
Yep, DC 10.
Damn it. Bobby. That's 11 points you healed Daenir.
Thank you.
All right. Asmo, it is your turn as you are... I need you to make an athletics check, which you do get advantage on for being gigantic, to pull Fire Ant out of the wall.
19.
That's fine. Just plunk right out there. The wall begins to ooze blood.
Ugh. Asmo just walks up, ollie ollie oxen bit, and then Asmo he's big, disadvantage, but Osmo still got 3 goddamn attacks, so Osmo tries with Fire Ant. 11, nope.
Miss.
With flanking
11,
help,
no, oh my
since
God.
3 of us
Yeah.
are around him at the moment.
He has to be behind it for flanking.
That's another, okay, that's the same exact roll. Hold on, can I refresh and redo that one?
I don't care. Well, you can refresh and then roll your third one.
Okay, I'm refreshing real fast here. That's kind of poopy.
Sucks, because those would have hit otherwise.
Yeah, they would have.
Oof.
But yeah, as big as you are, trying to fight in this cave is really difficult with your, like, arms trying to move.
Crouching down and just sort of jabbing at it.
19!
19 will hit.
Good. 9 fire damage down his side.
Does he get any bonuses to attacks at this size?
He gets bonus to damage.
Yeah, but what's the bonus?
D4.
Okay,
Oh.
plus a d4.
1!
10! All right. Daenir, it is your turn.
Daenir uses his action to disengage. He's going to pop Feline Agility as a free action and... Boop.
Flanking.
Don't worry, I'm behind him. Does he move? Since he moves, he's not concentrating. Does that mean I shrink?
Oh,
No,
I
he's
would've
still
dropped.
concentrating on it. But if he wants to use his action, or if he wants to use his,
Would I be able to drop it? Just
is
not even
dropping it.
focus
I'm pretty sure that's a free action. So yeah, you can drop it.
You don't have to put forth effort to not concentrate on something.
I disagree.
Yeah, I'll drop it if I'm able to.
Sweet.
Is procrastinating an action?
I
I'll have
don't
to-
want to do this.
Let's see, that's...
Asmo's neck uncracks off the roof as he shrinks down. Thanks, Daenir!
The beast sniffs at the air and notices that the Catman has run. And starts chasing after him. Each of you get a opportunity attack on it.
I'm gonna hit him with my ice dagger. 17.
That'll hit.
Oh boy, I hope I hit him. Because this'll suck for him. 14.
14 misses,
That's
unfortunately.
a 12 damage.
12 ice damage.
Just punch him in the back of the leg. He got an ice leg now.
Yeah, you definitely see, like, as you punch through his meaty side flesh, it tears and leaves in its path this frost-bitten chunk of flesh. As he books it down and turns the corner, you see him open his mouth. And I need you to make a... One moment here.
You might not have to worry about that, Lenny. Counter spell.
I didn't say this was a spell.
Ah, shit.
Uh-oh.
Pepper breath!
I need you to make a con save.
Okay.
As he begins to scream this intensely loud, deafening scream.
6.
And that is a failure. As you take 9 thunder damage.
Okay. Did I cast counterspell? Just didn't work? Or
You cast Counterspell, and Counterspell does nothing as this is not a spell. It's just an ability.
okay. Since I casted it and it doesn't work, my arcane ward pops back online.
Alright. Well, your Arcane Ward took 9 damage as it's buffeted by this massive wave of sound.
Yeah.
Raising shields.
It shattered, but it saved my hit points.
Alright. Asmo, it is your turn.
What's the distance down that way? What'd you say? Let me just measure
There's
this.
a ruler.
40. He's out of my range. Okay, so Asmo, seeing him run after, Asmo decides to pull out. What is the range of deafness blindness? The scroll I bought. What's the range of that bad boy?
Pretty sure it's 30 feet.
Well, I can move up and hit that. Asmo moves up 10 feet. Asmo pulls out the scroll of deafness blindness and casts it towards the beast.
Alright, I believe that is a wisdom save.
Yes, I believe so.
Alright. It's a 19 on the die. I think that'll make it.
Will it? I just don't know. I've never cast this before. I don't have the stats on my sheet. I just have.
Well, it's definitely below a DC 19.
Okay, so it didn't work?
Yeah.
Alrighty, that's all I guess that's all I got. As a bonus action, Osmo's gonna keep running down towards the creature.
Well, you can keep doing that as your move action anyway.
Yeah, I can only get about that. Yep, that's only as far as I can get. So I'm about 10 feet away from the beast as I'm running after it.
All right. Daenir, it is your turn.
Desperate times call for desperate situations. Daenir reaches into his bag. He grabs the gem that he procured from Hackless. He attaches it to his staff, points it at the beast, and he rubs his own blood on the gem.
Before you do that, as you take this gem out and put it to the end of this staff, the staff glows with a power, and the beast kind of steps back for a moment. And this is the one you got from Hackless?
Hackless, it's the gout of fire.
Well,
which is why I'm pointing it at him, because when we had it...
I'm just going to say you still don't know quite how these things work.
Yeah. I'm guessing at this point, dude.
All right. And what is your intent with this thing?
Well, the last time we saw it, when blood was put onto it, it would pour a gout of fire straight from it. So I'm pointing it at the beast in the hopes that it'll pour fire directly onto it.
All right. As you point this thing at the beast, it begins to emanate these green and red colors. This beam of energy fires forth. And I need you to roll me a D4.
Okay.
As this red, green, and violet energy pours forth.
4.
All right. Go ahead and roll me 10d6.
Oh my.
Oh my. Wait till you find out that's how much damage you take.
Okay, so there's the first 5. And there's the second 5. So 30 damage.
The blood in this thing's very body begins to boil as this red ray begins to scorch over it. It begins to claw at its own flesh, ripping away at itself, trying to peel away from this as it begins to burn. And I need you to make a wisdom save.
Okay. Wisdom 16.
You crack a smile. It begins tearing at its own flesh. All right. It is now its turn. And it sees you wielding this thing and being in front of it. It's just leaping forward and going to try to thrash you.
Shield.
All right. Well, a 26 beats that, I believe.
Yep.
19 on the die.
Did I get skipped?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
think-
you did. My bad.
Yeah, I think he goes.
Sorry, I got excited. Let us rewind to what Daenir believes he's seeing as this thing's
Fight the
flying at
dust
itself. I'm keeping that
Oh.
roll if it survives.
Please kill it. Just not 20 guiding bolt it, Connor.
I'm out of spell slots, but
You
I'll do
didn't
my
use
best.
guiding bolts? That's your signature move.
I didn't use guiding bolt. I figured. I
All
don't
right,
know what I
your
figured.
move.
As he's about to get beaten up, all of a sudden Seth Rollins' music starts playing.
Yeah, this thing is hinding back and about to launch itself towards Daenir.
In a streak of light, Wolfgang is there next to Asmo, and he dispels Requiem, and he thrusts his hands forward, and he casts Eldritch Blast.
As two beams of white energy set forth from your hands, go ahead and roll to hit.
22.
That'll hit.
Yeah.
That's 9 force damage,
You pop it outside the head.
4 necrotic damage, and 4 radiant damage.
All right, when it's hit by that radiant damage, it appears to shrivel and crack.
Oh, wait a minute. It equals my level, so that's actually 5 radiant damage.
Yeah. Okay. Regardless, the same thing happens, just with more damage.
Is it still up?
It's still up. It's shrieking and peeling at its own flesh at the moment.
I'm gonna do it again. 19.
19 will hit.
9 force damage.
Oof.
2 necrotic damage and 5 radiant.
Oh, Jesus. And as this happens, as that second beam careens into it, it's like all of the gems begin to glow and pulse, and they begin to fall out of its torso as it's like trying to pick them up feebly. Blood begins oozing from its body, trailing down behind you guys. Back down toward the eyeball. It collapses to the ground as it begins to become more and more humanoid, reaching for the gems feebly. I...
And then Celestia
falls.
Wolfgang says, I banish you from this world, fiend.
You get no response. He's fucking dead.
I know.
Asmo says, Daener, you okay?
Daener
As-
slumps against the wall and slides to the ground.
As the blood begins to pool away from him and sift back into this eyeball that you found, the flesh from the cave walls begins to rescend, and everything around you begins to turn back to stone.
Asmo runs back to the guy who he gave the potion to.
He's still nursing some of his wounds.
Asmo offers him a hand. Name's Mr. Black. What's yours?
Ramses Pelto. I don't know what to say.
Well, how about you just say you owe us one? Asmo offers him his hand.
Well, I say I owe you quite more than one, sir. He grabs your hand and, like, you help him up. He seems pretty out of it. I'm terribly sorry. I couldn't find my feet. He's, well, he was an old friend of mine, you see, and, he was the headmaster when I studied there, and he called forth to me looking for some assistance. I thought he might need some help, and I showed up, and, well, needless to say, he wasn't quite himself.
No, I think you finally got to see exactly what he became. And if you want to walk down that hall, you can see what's left.
I dare say I must, I suppose.
Yeah, one way out. Come with me, sir. You've been missing for a day.
Yes. Suppose I have, haven't I?
Yeah, happy millennial celebration to you, by the way.
To you as well, Mr. I'm sorry, I don't believe we've been acquainted. I feel
Black.
sort of...
Mr. Black. Mr. Black.
Well,
Join my associates, Mr. White and Daener.
Mr. White? Daener?
Yes.
He looks at the staff that you're carrying. Well, seems you too see the potential in these that some do not.
They're dangerous.
Oh, certainly. Anything of power is dangerous if put in the wrong hands, and clearly, well, he points towards the corpse of Francis Lassiter, the headmaster of the college. Clearly, some hands just can't handle it.
Speaking of hands, I mage hand the gems into the box.
If you don't mind, he walks forward and grabs the one the size of the grapefruit. I would be quite remiss if I returned without this.
The biggest one?
Yeah, it's the one that he was in possession of. I almost lost it once today. I can't quite lose it again.
Daener looks over towards Wolfgang specifically. All right. The
Just
others, I will secure.
Still crackling with radiant energy.
And he takes 4 of the other gems along with the one that he has. He will put them all into the box.
Man, this guy's definitely taken notice of the radiant energy that you seem to be emanating, and he is fascinated.
Is
Me.
the large gem in his chest still embedded in there, or
No,
did
no,
that
no.
fall out?
It fell out when this man started boiling alive in his own flesh.
As you do.
Wolfgang, still in his radiant form, is going to bend down and pick up the gem.
This guy, sorry, Ramsey's already grabbed it.
Oh, did he?
The Vizier
Yeah.
has.
Oh,
It belongs to the Vizier.
can I see something real quick?
Well, you did save my life, I suppose. And he
Wolfgang.
hands it towards you.
Wolfgang puts his hand on the gem.
All right. You feel almost nothing. Like, you definitely feel like you're holding something of magical power. What is your intent with this?
Mocking, really. Just more like he's the thoughts coursing through his veins are, this is the 3rd time, come and fucking get me.
One thing does happen as you are holding it, though. You begin to feel surrounded by this white light. Like your vision starts to blur and everything around you turns white. And you hear a familiar voice, a voice from a dream long ago.
Oh boy.
In Celestial, you hear it. My son, beware. My son, beware. My son. And that's where we will end our session today.